You are now rocking with the hottest boxing podcast in the land with your host, Coach Malachi Williams.
True.
For the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Yeah. What's going on, family? It's that boy, Coach Malachi, in the building, and we are back. Too many podcasts. We back up in this BI, man. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. You know what I mean, man? Happy Thursday, man. Salute to everybody, man. What's going on, fam? What's going on with you? Peace of the family. I want to give a shout out to everybody, man. We have 46,000 now. We have 46,000 subscribers now, so I want to give a shout out to everybody, the family, the new members, or whatever the case may be, that's here, and the long-time family members. You know what I mean? So a lot of people, they can't show up on the show, but they still support one way, form, or fashion. So I really appreciate that myself. You know what I'm saying? Really appreciate that myself. So shout out to everybody, man. Y'all know what it is. I'm sitting back looking at Keyshawn Davis. Let the family roll in a little bit. YouTube send out their little notifications or whatever. Let them send out notifications or whatever. You get what I'm saying? So I have no control over that. But we do have there are ways you can, matter of fact, let me turn this light on a little bit. The light, sorry about that. The light looked like it was kind of dim. I had to, you know what I mean? Sorry about that. Anyway, shout out to Tila. Tila, what's happening? What's going on, sis? Shout out to Tila. North Omaha stand up. Omaha in this bitch. Mr. Tomato Can. I don't know what part of Cali Mr. Tomato Can from, but Cali in this bitch. I know Sheila from Cali. I think that's obvious, from Cali. Boy, I'm talking about, boy. Shit, I'm like, man, that boy, hey, boy, let me tell you something. You got to be a hell of a mofo to live in California and New York. Boy, I just, I'm like, man, you gotta show up being a certain tax bracket to live out in this motherfucker right here, boy. You have to be in a certain tax bracket to live out here. Literally. Boy, if you, man, because you getting hit, brother, cause everything high. The cost of living been up for some years now. For some years. You get what I'm saying? I mean, for some years it's been up. I'm talking about, man, God damn, we talking about 10 years now, something like that. And then especially after COVID, it just, you know what I mean? After they did what they did on that, but it is what it is, One thing about me, man, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Let me see what this is. What are they talking about right here? Total due. Boy, yeah, good luck with that. You ain't finna get that from me. Nah, I'm good. I'm good on that. You ain't finna get that from me. No, sir. Not from me. Hey, what to say, Damon? He say, believe it or not. What to say for me? Say, believe it or not, I never got a notification, and I've been a member since you started the channel. Hey, you know what, Damon? I have no control over that. You know what I mean? That's these people platforms. However, there's a way around it. There's a way around it. And the way around that, and I had it before. I have an email list. So this is how the social media platforms work. Very, very familiar with it, right? The social media platforms want everyone to aggregate here, like on their platforms. And this is how social media makes money. This is just me. I'm gonna just give you the rich dummy terms, like just the bare basics, right? So how social media platforms like Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, well, Google, which owns YouTube, makes money is the ad revenue that they get from different companies, businesses, right? And because a platform like YouTube is a hub for over 100 million content creators around the world. It's over 100 million. I know the numbers. And they pay out about a little over $1 billion a year. And in any business or platform or whatever, you're going to have the creme de la creme, the ones who are at the top of the food chain, like a Mr. Beast, ain't nobody bigger than him. I Show Speed, he's big too. Different platforms like Twitch, Kai Cenats, and the Jaden Ross and Aiden Ross. I guess not Aiden Ross or whatever his fucking name is. I ain't never watched this shit. I seen clips of it, but I'm not into their content like that. You know, they not my age group or demographics, and the shit they talk about just be some young, silly American shit for the most part. I think Kai Cenat, he Haitian or whatever, and you know, so he he talk, you know, I don't, you know, whoever his demographics is or whatever, he young, but it's just that, you know, it's, you know, anyway, before I get distracted, and make a long story short, that's how it is. So because advertising dollars come in because they see, well, you know what, when Google show their analytics, hey, look, we got this platform, YouTube platform, where you see there, we got hundreds of millions of people a day use our platform and watch our content. So the companies, different corporate companies, they want in on that action. So the sales pitch is, hey, look, your targeted audience is here on my platform. And you have to go to different niches. Like on YouTube, everybody don't make the same content. You got people who make boxing content. Boxing content is at the bottom of the totem pole. The boxing content don't make a whole lot of money. I can tell you that right now. You could do good. Like I did over $100,000 2 years in a row. I did that. You know what I mean? And however you get it, whether it's ad revenue, whether you got people sending you cash apps or super chats or whatever, however you get it, by you being on a platform and people are physically able to see you, that is what draws them to you, right? So just look at YouTube as a street, a highway, and you just a highway with a lot of traffic, and you stepping in the middle of the highway, in the middle of traffic, right? Now they're supposed to, okay, look, subscribe. We're gonna send out notifications. They don't do it. Sometimes they do it, sometimes they don't, because everything is it's hit or miss. You get what I'm saying? Like you may not be. And a lot of content creators go through that. Even the bigger ones, even the ones who have over a million subscribers and stuff, they go through that as well. It just what happens is when you know, once you build up a following and you become a part of those of some of those people's everyday routine, then they remember, okay, yeah, he come on this time, this and that. And they always come check out the, check out the content and stuff. And very thankful for the people on that. But there are ways around that. And the ways around that is you just, I told people this in the past, but I said I'm gonna start giving out free game. Not to you guys. I ain't talking about y'all in the chat, but I'm just saying I ain't trying to get in. I ain't trying to get these niggas no more game. I ain't fuck it, you know what I mean? It ain't no need. I'm just, I'm finna be running circles around their ass in a minute though, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? And the way to grow is you gotta feed the machine. That's a surefire way to grow. You gotta feed the machine. And what happens is when you don't feed the machine, then they don't prioritize you over others who may, you get what I'm saying? So I know the game very well. I haven't fed the machine, so, Shout out to Akila is in the building. Shout out to Green Eyes P. What's happening? That girl from Liverpool. Tony Montana. Let's see who else we got. G5, the Bronx is here. Who else we got? Shout out to Daniel. What's happening? Pugilism. What to say, fam? He say both Rolly and Haney had their chance for voluntary defense. Haney don't want Keyshawn, and Rolly will fight Keyshawn. PBC doesn't want Haney A side, demands PBC would take Keyshawn as the B side. No, I think Rolly and Hank Devin fighting each other. I think that fight is all but announced. You get what I'm saying? From what Rolly is saying, the Haneys have had the contract for a week or so or whatever. And they got a fight coming up because, Bill Haney's made his rounds. He's talking to the channels that he pretty much that he fuck with. They fuck with him, and he pretty much got control over the ones who really, really ride for him. And, it is what it is, So when you see him doing that, it's like, yeah, they got a fight coming up. You know what I mean? And then, they got a fight because it just haven't been announced yet. But the fight hasn't been announced yet. More than likely, Turki Al-Sheikh is involved. Turki Al-Sheikh. I could be wrong on that, but I think Turki Al-Sheikh more than likely is going to be involved in this. And then Rolly Romero, he really didn't have anywhere to go. He could have fought his mandatory, but it's a high risk, low reward. Because, he ain't going to make as much money. Like Turki Al-Sheikh probably wasn't going to put the money up for that. He wasn't going to, I ain't interested in that. He only want the big name fights as it relates to those guys. So Rolly's not really a big name fighter. He's a known fighter on social media within the boxing circles. He's a known fighter in Vegas because he lives there, and boxing is very, very small. You get what I'm saying? So I'm saying American boxing is very small. So that's why I laugh at the notion, Damien, that when dudes be talking about something, they stars and superstars, this shit funny because I know better. Like, yeah, bro, when I tell you I do this social media shit, I do this shit. And one thing that I'm very, very good at is I'm very, very good at doing research. And when I do my research ain't based upon YouTube channels and who in the chat of certain YouTube channels. I go in. I got some softwares that I use that I pay for. I mean, just some softwares alone that I use. I'm not necessarily just saying, just for my business alone, softwares I'm probably spending about about $1,000 a month. Yeah, I would say about that, about $1,000 a month, or maybe even a little more. Probably about $1,000 a month. Cause I got stuff, I got stuff for copywriting. I have stuff for making sure that, my subject verb agreement is on point, or my sentences are structured correctly. Just, you know what I mean? So, and like the top people I know, they use all that shit. Like you gotta, you know what I mean? And then now I'm finna get ready to start feeding the machine. When I start to feed the machine, it's going to be very, very easy because I have all of the data and all of the information over the years. The analytics, speak for itself. So when you feed the machine, you get the data, look at it, you know what's working, what's not working, who your target audience is, who not your target audience is, and you can pretty much guess that with to pinpoint accuracy when you start to feed the machine what the results are going to be. So but that's a whole nother story for another day. Back to boxing. I gotta have a class that ain't got nothing to do, because this audience ain't my audience as it relates to when I talk about marketing. Y'all ain't my audience. Y'all here for entertainment and stuff like that, and the boxing and stuff. But y'all ain't my audience. You know what I mean? So I got a whole nother lane I'm in that y'all don't even know about. And it's doing very, very well. Like, honestly, it's doing very well. Shout out to doggone Amaro. Amaro, what's up, fam? Yeah. What to say? Sheila say, what Sheila say? Where's Sheila at? Sheila say, we've been partying all week. All three of my kids are Pisces. It's March Madness for real, for real. What the day? It's 2026. This is what? I used to study those the horoscopes and stuff, very like I was in that shit real heavy, man. Like the Chinese horoscopes and shit. Like I was born in 1974, so I was born the year of the tiger. I used to study that shit. Like I used to date girls back in the day, and I used to be like, man, hold on, what's your sign? Hold on, what year you were born? I'm studying all the Chinese because I thought I was Chinese. I was so deep into it. I'm studying all the Chinese, like calendar years and and stuff like all that pseudo shit. Right? I was into that shit heavy. But some of that shit true, because I was like, okay, I'm born year of the tiger, so that would explain why I have such a fiery, I have such a fiery personality. I was born year of the tiger. You know what I mean? So everybody who was born the year I was born are not like me, of course, but it has a lot to do with the year, the month you was born, and all that shit. I was born year of the tiger, so I think this year is the year that I think those years come around every 12 years, so like a different generation, I think. I think this 2026, I think this is the year of the horse. And there are certain character traits that people who are born in that year, from a pseudo standpoint, supposed to normally have, right? Everybody ain't the same. And then, of course, the people get into what month they was born. I'm a Pisces, I'm a Capricorn, I'm this, I'm that, and all that stuff. Then, of course, all Pisces ain't alike, all Capricorns ain't alike. You get what I'm saying? So, it's a whole lot. I was into that heavy. Though. Hey, Sheila. I was into that heavy. But don't get me started. I was into that heavy. Anyways, let's get into the show. Oh, you know what? I thought I had that on. My bad. My bad, dog. I thought I had. Is that on? Okay, cool. Okay, we on X. Yeah, because I was like, damn, how come I ain't showing up on X? I'm on X though. Damn, he knocked out 2 women. Oh, what? Oh, he would have knocked their ass out. Bap, bap, bap. Oh, what? No, let me. Oh, wait. Hold on. Somebody just sent me something on X. Where Clarissa Shields was at? Boy, buddy just slid 3 females. Put them to sleep. Oh, man. Brother, too. Y'all look at this right quick before we get into the show. I gotta show y'all this right here. Lord ham, y'all look at this right here, fam. Boy, look here. So apparently, these women, it says they were trying to rob this 70-year-old. Yeah, there's 3 of them over there. They trying to rob him. He come over there, catch up with the left hook. Hack up, drop her. Hack up, catch up with the wide right hook. Drop her. Throw her down, and she just fell. Like, what's happening? You know what I mean? Now, of course, it's gonna be some sisters from Black Lives Matter more than likely, and some feminists gonna come out there. Yeah, goddamn it, you know what I mean? You can't be doing that to no doggone hitting a black woman. What kind of stuff this is? And I'm like, okay, y'all just gonna totally ignore these women was robbing. Apparently they were robbing this man. They said the dude 70. He don't look 70, but I can hardly see him. But they were doing something. They had him healed up in the car. Buddy came through to save the day. You know, like, I'm pretty sure they stronger than the man. They should have been able to just, all three of them should have just jumped on him and whooped him. You know what I mean? Like, they could have just went at him. He just, oh, that's an officer. Oh, that's a security guard. Oh, he got a security outfit on. Oh, he's security. Oh, security. But he's sagging a little bit. He must be, bap, hack up. God damn, bro. Damn. Bro, Lord have mercy, boy. Lord have mercy, boy. What I'm trying to tell you, boy. On the news, they're gonna say, you know, bro, you get what I'm saying? The women should have whooped him. Gender don't matter. The women should have been able to whoop him easy. They should have whooped him easy. You know what I'm saying? Gender don't matter. I hope they got up and whooped his ass. I hope they did that. You know what I mean? I doubt it. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. Yeah, man, y'all can't be, man. Y'all got to, Anyways, Keyshawn Davis has a date at 147, title fight locked in. This is what he said. I got the receipts. Now, let me pull this up. Because let's go to ring. Let's go to ring. Unless you a hyena, like the hyenas, I think the women, hold on, let me see something. Enter Sandman. Let me see. Hold on. Hold on. I'm putting up Ring magazine right now. See, it's a whole lot I can say. But one thing about me, man, I'm gonna just tell the truth. I'm gonna call it like it is. I'm never concerned about backlash. I don't give a fuck about cancel culture. Fuck you. I don't care nothing about none of that shit. Fuck cancel culture. Fuck, I don't care nothing about none of that shit. March, protest, what I coach don't care. I really don't care. You'll be honest with you. Because it's all a bunch of bullshit. You let these motherfucking white women get in y'all head. Over here in America, put that feminist shit in you, and you go to thinking that you can do some shit. Then sometimes the motherfucker got to just pop out and show your ass. Look, fam, you got to stay in your lane, dog. Like you ain't that you can do with this. There's never been a history and time that I know of to where, like this ain't Wonder Woman. Well, we're on an island where there's a whole bunch of Amazons and like a gynocracy. This is not a gynocracy. Just look throughout the histories of time. Show me a gynocracy kingdom or queendom or whatever. They don't exist. It don't exist. I'm telling you, it don't exist. If it do, please show me. In the movies, it do. A Wonder Woman. You know what I mean? She come to the island of Amazon. This and that. Yeah. That's the movies. You see what I'm saying? Like that shit ain't real, fam. Y'all, they listen. These motherfuckers got to get out of this fantasy world, dog. True. Anyways, in a recent interview with Fight Hub TV, Keyshawn Davis confirmed that he's officially moving up to 147. Craig Keyshawn Davis is what I call him. Craig says, and I quote, "I finally have a date. I am moving up to 147 for a title fight." End quote. Now, I just went to thinking about that, right? I say now, Keyshawn did not confirm who he's fighting next. Now, if he fighting for a secondary belt, that's not a title. Well, you know what? I take that back. That is a title. Because you got a whole bunch of titles. Very few champions. And sanctioning bodies have their own champions, right? IBF got their own champion. WBC, they have their own champion. WBO, they have their own champion. And the WBA, they have their own champion. So in each division, if you have 4 of the major sanctioning body belts, you got 4 different champions in the division. If you have one guy that have half of the belts, then he's considered a unified champion. And if one guy gets all of the belts, he's considered a undisputed champion. So I want to look and see what are Keyshawn Davis's options at 147, or what champion he fighting? Because Roland Romero is the WBA champ. Devin Haney is the WBO champ. Those two are fighting each other in May. I haven't heard anything from the Haneys. I haven't spoken to them in a little bit. You know what I mean? I guess Bill doing his thing. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. I don't, he fuck with me sometimes he don't. I really don't give a fuck, but that's just how it is. But we good people though. He good. He cool. Then we have the WBC champ. And then what belt that was Crocker have? Hold on, Crocker. You know what? Let's I forgot though. I really don't know. Let's look all this shit up. Let's look this shit up. See who got what. Cause I really ain't been paying attention to these motherfuckers like that. My mind ain't really been on it like that, to be honest with you. Keyshawn did not confirm who he's fighting next though. So we'll have to look at which title holders are available at 147. Why? Because Keyshawn said he's fighting a champion next. That's what he said. Say they're having a title fight. That's what he said. Now, this is good news in my opinion. Let's look at the comment section and just look at the Ring Magazine, see who got the belts, in order to see what fans have to say about this. You know what I mean? Like, him and Debo ain't fighting each other. Craig and Debo ain't fighting each other. Which I ain't gonna lie, I really want to see that fight. I like the Roland Romero fight for Devin Haney, and I like the Devin Haney fight for Roland Romero. I like that fight. You know what I mean? Most people probably won't give Roland Romero a chance in this. A lot of people looking at Devin Haney as though he's a far more superior skilled fighter than Roland Romero. And that very well may be the case. But Roland Romero has gotten better. Styles make fights. Stylistically, Roland don't have to worry about Devin coming at him like Pitbull. He's not a short fighter who gonna get up under punches and start throwing bolos. Because we saw what Pitbull did. Nigga, motherfucking Pitbull went to put hands in foot so goddamn. Bro, listen. When I saw that fight right there, bro, Rolly was trying to get somewhere. Nigga, motherfucking Pitbull went playing. Bro, he got the right name. Esau Pitbull Cruz has the right name. Like, me personally, I love his boxing style. Even though he's not the most skilled fighter, but the reason why fans love Pitbull so much, because they know when he fights, he's going to be entertaining, and he coming to try to knock your block off. He ain't doing tap, 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 grab, tap, 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 grab. He ain't doing that. Pitbull, you gonna have to whoop him. He's stepping. Now, he has some flaws in his game. He has slow feet. He ain't got no great footwork. And he telegraphed his punches later on in the fight. When he telegraphed his punches. But he fight one way. I have never seen fans complain about Pitbull fight. I haven't heard one. Now, I'll take that back. You got some fan bases who, whatever. But I'm saying stylistically, it is an overall sense. I like Pitbull. I like the way that little motherfucker fight. I ain't gonna lie, that little motherfucker right there, man. But nigga, it's time to run. Hey, what'd he say? Mika say, I hate how he fights. Man, Mika, Mika, I like how he fights. Mika, what thing about Pitbull now? Pit stepping. Do he have a sweet science? Nah, he ain't got no sweet science. He ain't got none of that. He like, my nigga, I'm coming one way, dog. The whole motherfucking fight. If I catch your ass one of these bolos, nigga, you know what time it is. Hey, you get what I'm saying? Nigga throwing bolos, man. Wait, hey, I say Big Rolo throwing bolos. Shout out to Aquila. I say Big Rolo throwing bolos. Nigga, Pitbull be throwing the bolo punch. He throwing the bolo, like the bolo punch is kind of like an uppercut in the hook. It's the angle you throw the punch at. Like you throw it between, like the uppercut comes right up the middle. The hook comes from the side. Left or right, uppercut in the middle. The bolo, like, it's in an angle. It's like you know what I mean? Motherfucker throw the bolo, that motherfucker be swinging, dog. That motherfucker be swinging. Like, for real. I'm like, man, that motherfucker, yeah, man, I got to run from this little motherfucker. He trying to tear a nigga head off, man. God damn. Yeah, my nigga, you up. Yeah, you swinging just a little too hard. We showing up, listen. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, man, they talking about shit. They want to have a motherfucking, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, shit, you know what? I wouldn't mind, speaking of Carissa, I wouldn't mind, they might well have Wonder Woman. And we need to get a DEI hire. Replace the white woman because it's racist to have a white woman play Wonder Woman, even though Wonder Woman's always been white. But what we got to do, we got to replace her, put Clarissa Shields there, because I know Clarissa Shields, she wants to be a part of a matriarchy, you know what I mean, or a gynocracy. You see what I'm saying? So, we got a gynocracy and we got a matriarchy. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? And that's pretty much, I'm gonna be the leader, and everybody all the men gonna fall behind me because I'm a strong, independent black woman. Yeah, you saw what happened. You saw what happened. One dude came and just cleared that shit out just then. Oh, he would have did me like that. He couldn't have whooped me up. That dude would have tore your ass up, and if he would have grabbed you, it'd have been good night, Irene. Pick your ass up, bam-a-lam your ass on the ground, bam. Next thing I motherfucker know, I can't believe he did it to me. You can't be. I'm like, listen, man, y'all can't be robbing people in the street. You can't be pulling up on people, robbing people. You got to accept accountability. This is the problem. I think in today's society, there's no accountability. Don't nobody want to be held accountable for their actions. They want to make excuses. They want to blame everybody else. And, in order to accept accountability, you have to do self-inventory of yourself. And I think, me personally, I think that's just the problem. As I said before, I'm not gonna say the politically correct thing. I'm not the politically correct guy. I'm a straight motherfucking shooter. I've been talking like this all my life, and I ain't changing. Guess what? When I leave this motherfucker, I'm leaving just like that. They gonna say, well, you know what, man? One thing about Coach, man, I need to talk that shit. He stood on what he said. He didn't compromise for no goddamn body, and it is what it is. That's what it's gonna be for me. I'm just saying me. No accountability at all. Anytime there's no accountability, you can never correct yourself. Ice Cube made a song back in the day called "You Better Check Yourself or You Wreck Yourself." That's an old saying. You got to check, he made a song about that. That's an old man. You got to check yourself or you wreck yourself, dog. You got to check yourself. Are you above reproach? If you're not above reproach, then it's okay for you to check yourself. You can't be checked. If you look at the law and order of things in the universe, everything is held together by law and order. The sun don't say, you know what, dog, I don't feel like shining today. The earth don't say, you know what, I don't feel like rotating around the sun today. The planet don't say, you know what, I don't feel like spinning around on my axis today. Because it spins and it rotates around the sun. That's why we have the 4 seasons. And the reason why it appears that the sun is going up and coming down is because the earth is spinning. You don't even feel it spinning. It's smoothest ride ever. You on the planet, this bitch moving. It's rotating around the sun and it's spinning and you can't even feel it. That's how smooth it is. Gravity don't say, you know what, God, I don't feel like being gravity today. Fuck it. I'm just going to stop being gravity and let everything float up into the space. Water don't say, you know what, God, I don't feel like being wet. The lioness, who is the hunter in the animal kingdom when it comes to lions, the lioness don't say, you know, I don't feel like being a female lion today. I want to be the male lion. Hyenas. I think that's more of a matriarchy, right? If I'm not mistaken. I think the hyenas, I think the women are bigger. I'm not sure. I got to do a little bit more. I'm not sure, but I think they're bigger. I think that they pretty much run everything, you know what I mean, for the most part. When a lion see a pack of hyenas, he go at the head hyena. Whoever she may be, he go at her and he try to break her goddamn. And he grab her, he lock on it. The lions don't eat hyenas. They just look. I'm finna snatch your ass up, dog. All you motherfuckers trying to rush me. I'm just finna grab this one, hack him, and I'm gonna snatch his ass up and hit him right here, and I'm gonna suffocate her ass. But I'm gonna break her neck. By the time y'all try to get here, dog, it's a wrap. Everything in nature don't wake up one day and say, I don't want to be what I was created to be. Only mofos in society today want to go against the natural order of things. You can't beat that. You can't beat the natural order of things. It's impossible. Literally, you can't. Trust me, bro. You can't beat it. You can't beat the natural order of things. But in society today, they tell you you can beat the natural order of things. The natural order of things is racist. The natural order of things is sexist. The natural order of things is bigotry. The natural order of things is hateful. The natural order of things ain't right. Oh, okay. Last time I checked, you came on the planet the same way I came on the planet. Through the womb of a woman. Last time I checked, it was a man who have an X and Y chromosome who planted the seed within the womb of your mother, 1 million sperm cells or whatever, swimming. Only one made it to the egg, fertilized the egg. It went on the inside, mixed with ovum, and it formed the clot. And when it formed the clot, this is the natural order of things. 9 months later, the clot started growing into a fetus, whatever the case may be, until a certain time. And then you went to having labor pains, and you went to the hospital, or you did it at home, or you did it in the car, whatever the case may be. But that baby had to come out if you didn't if you didn't take the baby on death row and unalived it. Which you have the freedom to do that here too. You see what I'm saying? That's what you want to do, so be it. But my point is, when you go against the natural order of things, you can never win. Whether it's male or female, I just got to say that. Now, let's go over here. Anyways, today's show is sponsored by Foster's Barbershop. If you're in the city of Tampa, download the app Booksy. That's BOOKSY. Foster's Barbershop is located at 1923 West Main Street, West Tampa, Florida, 33607. Let them know that Coach Malachi sent you, and you will receive a 10% discount. Let's give our sponsor, Foster, a round of applause. True. Really, though. You dig? And for all of those gangsters, G's, West Side Riders, thugs, killers, about that life, who like to live life on the edge, call my people at IT Bail Bonds. Sitting in the county jail right now for child support, driving on a suspended license, or a missed court date, don't even trip. I made one phone call to IT Bail Bonds, and they had me out the same day. No judgment, no games, just real people who move fast. If you or a loved one is locked up in the city of Tampa, call IT Bail Bonds at 813-231-2663. IT Bail Bonds is located at 6201 East Hillsborough Avenue, Tampa, Florida, 33610. IT Bail Bonds. When freedom is on the line, call IT. Yeah, man, y'all motherfucker, man, I'm trying to tell you, man, you know what I mean? Like, shout out to the Face of Boxing. Hey. Yeah. Oh, that look good. Yeah, man, you get what I'm saying? So we gonna see what's up. Motherfucker say, yeah, man, you know, Cole, he said get in contact with the people at IT. IT, you know, IT stand for, IT stand for, huh? Now, what it stand for, Leroy? It stand for information technology. So he said, get in contact with information technology, IT, and then, because they hiring. So wait. Hold on, fam. One, you don't have the skill set to deal with anything in IT. this ain't what this IT don't mean information technology. This IT mean Ira and what is his wife name? I think his wife name is. Oh, you know what? I ain't gonna say my man like. Well, you know I can say that because yeah, he a public figure right here in the city. Ira Thornton. That's my partner. We went to school together. Him and his wife got a bail bonds called IT bail bonds. And a lot of people use them. They be going to jail a lot here in this city, and they call IT and they bond them out. A couple motherfuckers skip bond. He got to go hunt them down. You know what I mean? So, no, it ain't that. No, my nigga, this IT stand for Ira Thornton. So, you know what I mean? Ira Thornton bail bond. That's what that is, right? You had to go to jail, just get in contact with him. Have that money now. True. You ain't got to pay but 10% to get out. Shout out to Steph. Shout out to Tip Bayless. What's going on, Tip? Yeah, one thing about me, man, I call it the way I see it, man. I call it the way I see it. I don't give a fuck about no crying ass niggas. Niggas crying all the goddamn time for nothing. Just crying. Nigga, what you crying for? Talking about, man, I don't like some of these niggas act like some of like hoes. I'm like, damn, the women act more like women act more manly than some of these niggas, and these dudes act more like bitches. Just gotta call the spade a spade. You know what I mean? It is what it is. You know, I'm just saying some of them. I ain't saying no names. I'm just saying some of them, because I really don't have no names, you know. Anyway, let's go over here and see what Keyshawn got to say. Oh, Keyshawn, the businessman. I'm anxious to see, because I really want to see him fight. I'm sitting here looking at all this other stuff. these millionaire problems. Dude telling me about, yeah, man, Oscar De La Hoya it is. So this what's going on in boxing. These beta males in boxing kill me. Talking about the beta male fan base. So it's quite a few of them. They niggas be crying so much on the boxing, boy. And shout out to Ness. Ness, I see, you know what? I see why Ness be charging you niggas to call the show. Yeah, you got to charge these niggas, dog. These niggas be crying too much. But it's kind of like therapy. You know what I mean? Nigga need a shoulder to cry on. I need a shoulder to cry on. You see what I'm saying? Call the show, cry, yeah, dog. I don't like this, dog. I don't like that. Man, my favorite fighter did. My favorite fighter that. I'm like, my nigga, you don't get none of the money. That nigga ain't even think about you. If you took that time to get you some money, you wouldn't have time to be crying over another nigga who don't even know you fucking exist. I'm just throwing that out there. Let's see what Keyshawn talk about. So anyway, yeah, so I'm sitting back talking to this dude, right? He talking to me about what he don't know. He talking to me about, we talking about promoters, right? And me, I'm sitting there listening. And, you know, brother talking about he don't like what he don't like about Dana White. What he don't like about Oscar De La Hoya. This guy's pro Eddie Hearn. I like Eddie. I like this. I like that. And for some reason, you know, everybody know I do boxing in the city. So when they talk to me, they be like, man, how you feel about this? They want to know how I feel. I say, fam, look at me. I say, so you know what I did? Show y'all what I did. Now, a lot of this information don't be accurate. I know the game. I know how to get the algorithm popping on the internet. I know how this shit go. Like I studied this shit. You got to feed the beast. Not one time have I ever fed the beast. This year, I'm going to feed the beast. Because it's time. It's time to feed it. It's time. This year, I'm going to feed the beast. But I say all that to say this. I say, fam, according to the people who put this information out there, I don't know how true it is, but, you know, according to just the celebrity net worth or whatever, Dana White got $500 million, got a percentage from the sale of UFC. Oscar De La Hoya has a couple of $100 million. It's a lot. I ain't gonna never have no money like that. Eddie Hearn, he was born with a silver spoon in his mouth, rich. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I wish I was born with a silver spoon in my mouth. I ain't mad at him. Bob Arum, Al, Al a secret. I said, what do all these guys have in common? Talking to this guy, right? He said, they're rich. I said, exactly. Whether you take Oscar De La Hoya's side, whatever that side may be, whether you take Dana White's side, whatever that side may be, whether you take Frank Warren and Eddie Hearn or Bob Arum's side, guess what? All these motherfuckers have hundreds of millions of dollars. Do you think any one of these motherfuckers give a fuck about your broke ass? You're broke in comparison to them. Those are rich people problems. That's not my job to get online and gangbang for some rich crackers. Or some rich niggas. Or some rich chinks or spicks. Whatever racial analogy or term you want to use, all these motherfuckers on the same team. I don't know how many times I gotta keep telling y'all that. All of them are in mansions, all of them fly around in private jets, all these motherfuckers on the same team. You ain't on the team. The closest thing you gonna get to them is calling the boxing voice, calling this show. Hopefully you can, Bill Haney show up somewhere. You can call in and talk to him, or maybe send him a tweet or whatever. That's the closest thing you gonna motherfucking get. And I remind these fools, you can't fight like these dudes. Ain't none of you niggas tough. No matter how much this guy your favorite fighter, you can't do what he do. As Tank Davis say, and you guys know I got a lot of fans that don't like me. Haney fans don't like me. Tank fans don't like me. Keyshawn fans, I don't know about Keyshawn. I can't really say Keyshawn. Shakur, I already know about his fans. And I met both of these guys, spoke to them and everything. Got no issues with them, but y'all know me. I'm an equal opportunity. I criticize everybody. Ryan Garcia fans, Canelo fans. Y'all know me. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to call it the way I see it. You want to know why? Because they don't have anything I want. True. I'm my own man. I don't need a nigga. I'm self-sustainable. This shit here, entertainment. I've been doing this shit, 5 years? Gonna continue to do it, 3 o'clock. Y'all know where I'm gonna be at. From 3 to 6. But my point is this. In life, there's a hierarchy. You have the haves, you have the have-nots. The have-nots, in my opinion, and it's my opinion, the have-nots ain't got no problem arguing with other have-nots about the haves. Shout out to Keisha. Shout out to Miss Steph. Hey, Steph, that shit ain't never made no sense to me. You on the bottom arguing with some more motherfuckers on the bottom about the people who are on the top. Eddie Hearn, Oscar De La Hoya, Frank Warren, Bob Arum, Turk Al-Sheikh, Dana White, all of them on the same team. And for the life of me, I'm like, these niggas so slow online, they haven't figured that out yet. It's like politics. There's no difference between the Democrat and the Republican from those guys who are up top. Now on the bottom, there's differences. You know, you lean left, he lean right, but both left wing, right wing, but both wings are attached to the same bird. When you understand that, then you get it. The end result gonna be the end result. Because the one who controls the birds controls the wings. The one who controls the wings controls the feathers. I don't know why ain't nobody figured that shit out yet. But I know why. These motherfuckers too slow.
True.
Yeah, these niggas slow. Yeah, y'all, some of these niggas is special. Anyway, let's see this. Okay, this Oscar De La Hoya over here doing what he do best. I like Oscar as a fighter. As a promoter, he's a certified shit eater. And what I like about, and I'm gonna tell you something what I like. I talk the way I talk because I ain't got to pander to nobody. I ain't got to pander to no fan bases. I ain't got to pander to no YouTube channels. I'm good. I'm on my own. I fuck with those who fuck with me. And I don't try to fit in other people's circles. My personality and character won't even allow that anyways. I'm too much of a, my character too strong for that. You know what I mean? So, but anyway, let's see what Keyshawn talking about. Here go the businessman.
The Haney, Pitbull, every name in the book, Lewis Crocker, the Haney, Pitbull,
Yeah.
all of them, man. Any response? Any response to the DMs? Anything?
Yeah, I definitely got a response, and I definitely got a date too. You know what I mean? I'm telling y'all that right now, and I'm definitely coming back sooner than y'all think. You know what I'm saying? That's why y'all see me doing a little politic in the gym right now. It's politic, but I'm staying sharp for real. You know what I mean? So don't get that up, chat. Staying sharp. Got something coming up.
So, can you give us a hint? Is who?
I mean, I might be fighting you. Keep asking me all these questions.
I'm doing my job. I guess you'd be doing your job,
I'm doing
right?
my job right now,
I guess you'd be
too.
doing your job, right? Is it? Can you tell us, are you moving up or staying at 140?
I think I'm moving up.
147, huh?
Yep.
For a championship?
Yep. What'd you?
So, I went to thinking, right? He said he think he moving up. You know, me trying to be a social media detective. I listen to words very well. So he said he think he moving up. So that tells me that whoever's putting the money up for his fight, he has options. Keyshawn have options at 140, and he probably have options at 147. So he said he have a date. So that tells me more than likely, I'm just saying me. And again, I could be wrong on this. I say more than likely it's going to be Turk Al-Sheikh. He's fighting on the Turk Al-Sheikh card. Because Turkey have dates. He have, okay, I'm going to fight this, right? You know, because Turkey got the money. Well, the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, he got the money. Because Turkey worked for him. And all these promoters who y'all game begging for work for Turkey. How do I know? All of them have accepted his money. All Golden Boy fighters fought on Turk Al-Sheikh cards. Am I right? Matchroom fighters fought on Turk Al-Sheikh card. Am I right? Top Rank, Golden Boy, Queensberry, PBC. All fight on Turk Al-Sheikh cards. Am I right? None of the promoters can pay their top fighters the type of money that Turk Al-Sheikh is paying. Now some say he overpaying. Maybe he will. Maybe he is. But guess what? That ain't my problem. Them sand niggas over there got oil money. I'm not getting any of the sand nigga money. So I can call it the way I see it. Whether it's the sand niggas, or the white niggas, or the black niggas, or the Hispanic niggas. The sand nigga got everybody in line. Yeah, he got everybody in line. That's it. Now you have Frank Warren suing him. I don't see him winning that, but may God be with him. But he's suing to be included into what Turk All the Sheik got going on. Man, you left me out. You kind of like went on ahead and now you don't got behind Dana White. A guy who don't even, he's not a boxing promoter. He over there at the UFC, even though Dana White did start out in boxing. A lot of people don't know that. His love and passion was boxing. But he took off at UFC and yada, yada, yada. So a lot of people don't know that. So there's a civil war going on with the sanctioning bodies, with Zuffa, Golden Boy, this, that. These are rich people problems. Poor nigga like me, and I'm poor in comparison to them. Poor nigga like me ain't got no business being emotionally invested in what millionaires they arguing and debating about. Because guess what? Dana White don't give a fuck about Coach Malachi. Oscar De La Coca, fishnets, pantyhose, high heels, makeup, lipstick. I just showed y'all the pictures on that. He don't give a fuck about Coach Malachi. They don't even know who the fuck I am. Eddie Hearn. Shout out to Bob. I met Bob. Bob a nice guy. Straight shooter. I spoke to Bob before. Short conversation. Shout out to him. But he don't give a fuck about Coach Malachi. Turk All the Sheik, the Alhamdulillah nigga, he definitely don't give a fuck about him. But now, let me show y'all the game, how this goes. You're going to have to play nice in this game if you want to get the money. That's how this works. In order to get the money that the Sheik is issuing out, you got to play nice. Just like you at a job, you got to do what your supervisor tell you to do. You have to do what your manager tell you to do. Why? Because he controls your livelihood. Anybody who controls your livelihood control you. Because you're depending on that person who controls your livelihood. What do I mean by that? He paying you. The primary source of your income is coming from the Alhamdulillah nigga. So since the primary source of your income is coming from the Alhamdulillah nigga, you got to do what the Alhamdulillah nigga tell you to do. True, true, true. If the primary source of your income is coming from fishnets and black pantyhose, Oscar De La Coca, you got to do what Oscar De La Coca tell you to do. Virgil Ortiz found that out the hard way. Whoever paying you, you got to do what the fuck they tell you to do. That's anywhere on the planet, anywhere in the world you go at. Only a dumb nigga don't understand that. Like me, I used to be the dumb nigga. When I was young, I was a dumb motherfucker. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was 16 years old. I'll never forget. This around the time I got shot in the back and the neck too. I was 16 years old. I was at a halfway house called PRC in Ybor City. Working at, and I had a construction job. No, I didn't. I had a landscaping job. Now, I'm a guy, at that up to that point, all that, I've been selling drugs all the way, for 3 years. Fast money, quick money. Got caught up in some shit. As a jit, they adjudicated me as an adult. 16 years old, going to the county jail, something like that. In there with some of the most hardened criminals you can ever see. And I was like 130 30 pounds at that time. I ain't go through no issues. Had one fight one time. I ain't really go through no issues. Everybody pretty much like me for the most part. I ain't never really had no issues like that. But I had a job working on a landscaping business. I'm complaining about the job. I'm at a halfway house, and me having a job, that's my requirement. That's the requirement in order to keep me from going to jail. I have rules and regulations I had to go by. By me being such a rebellious fool, I'm violating the rules. I'm telling these crackers what I'm going to do, what I ain't going to do. And then I'm on the job. I work 2 weeks and quit. True. Work 2 weeks and quit. Guess what them crackers did? Yeah, you finna go to jail, baby boy. Where I went back to the halfway house, talking shit. Black lady got on the phone. Got something for your little tough ass. You want these old tough, hard-headed ass nigga. Don't worry about it. Yeah, y'all come pick them up. Did 6 months in the county. Had I completed that program, I didn't have to worry about going to jail. My dumb ass chose jail. 6 months of my life. They gave me a year in the county, something like that. But my point is this here. By me not doing what I was supposed to do, because I had people that was over authority over me, I paid the price. That's life. Some of y'all in this chat got a job. That's why I be tripping on these dudes. They be talking about, well, the fighter should have did this and he ain't had no business doing that. Like dudes who broke, who ain't never had no money, never seen no money, ain't got no money, be on the PS5 all day, playing the boxing game, yelling, screaming, threatening niggas online. I ain't gonna do shit. We know that. And they tell these fighters, oh, he shouldn't have did that. Oh, I never would have did this, etc. You got a job, fam? Yeah, I got a job. Well, guess what? Don't you do what them crackers say you doing your job? Well, being a fighter who's working for a promotional company is no different. It's their job. Whoever paying you, you're going to do what the fuck they tell you to do. Especially if you're depending on them to pay you more money than you ever been paid. And you have a lifestyle that you want to live, or a lifestyle that you are accustomed to living. And the only way you're going to live that lifestyle, you got to make a certain type of money, which means that's going to put you in a certain tax bracket. So when I sit back and look at these motherfuckers, like some of these reporters and stuff, like you got reporters beefing with each other. Sean Zytel beefing with, he beefing with Turk Island Sheik. Well, I don't know what the fuck going on. Like he worked for some goddamn body. I'm like, no, you going to do what your boss tell you to do. I can't tell a man what he should do, what he shouldn't do. What he can do, what he can't do. I can't tell a man that. You got to do what you feel like you got to do for you and your family. The sand nigga running shit right now. No ifs and buts about that. That's the reality. You see niggas holding his hands. You see motherfuckers talking about his excellency. You see all that. And that's why I look at Oscar De La Hoya. I'm like, Oscar De La Hoya be complaining about a lot of shit. But I'm like, fam, did you not buy the Ring magazine? Did you not? After you bought the Ring magazine, you had it for like, what, 10 years or something like that? And what did you do? You sold it to the highest bidder. Guess you sold it for $10 million to Turk Island Sheik. You sold out for the money. Oscar got a net worth of $200 million, and he sold out for the money. So, in my opinion, and I'm going to go back to Keyshawn Davis, Oscar De La Hoya, or any of these promoters, y'all don't have a moral high ground. And you, not boxing content creators, boxing reporters, y'all don't have no moral high ground. Because all swine, I like this master over that master. I like Master Oscar and Master Al or Master Bob or whoever over the set. I check out the sheet master. I'm like, well, you busting it open for somebody. You ain't get here by yourself. You want to get access to these events so you can interview these fighters. So there's going to have to be some type of compromise. I'm going to give y'all some game. And then I'm going to drop these phone lines. The dream of 99%, I represent the 1%. Of anybody who's coming along in this business. Meaning just on the media aspect or whatever. Their goal is, look, man, if I can get in this business, man, and do real well, and I can, be at all the events and interview, because they be looking at TV, they want to be Brian Custer. You don't have the skill set, though. Brian been in the game a long time. I think he went to journalism school and shit, right? They want to be lucky to be saying, man, I can get in there and do what Ness did. Ness came in the beginning. It's going to be very hard to replicate what Ness did. He came in at the right time. I want to do what Blue did. Going to be kind of hard to replicate what Blue did because he came in at a time when it was popping. I want to do what T Street did. Shout out to T Street, that boy out of Philly. I want to do what, hell, even Ellie Sucker Nigga Nutsack. Ellie Sucker Nigga Nutsack been around a long time. I don't fuck with him. Dick sucking ass white boy to me, but hey, it is what it is. Ain't my cup of tea. I don't fuck with him at all. Don't like the motherfucker. But hey, he doing his thing. Knee pads, cocoa butter, loose booty hole and all. But he doing his thing. Much luck to him. The Dantes, he been around a long time. So now the boxing shit, it ain't like it was when they was in it. The 7-8s. Shout out to him. Those guys, they've been around a long time. So, and when the PBC was popping, Al Heyman in the PBC, he looked out. They was able to, and that's what I do have to take my hat off to the PBC. I will give them credit for this. Because Al Heyman's PBC opened up a lot of doors for just regular, average, everyday niggas who used to drive trucks, was on the block selling dope or working at 7-Eleven, who started a YouTube channel. He opened up a lane for those dudes to be able to come to the PBC fights. Look, we're going to get y'all media credentials and you're going to be able to interview the fighters. Because it legitimizes you in the eyes of the public who watch boxing. You get that Crawford interview. You get that Shakur interview. You get that Shannon Sharp interview. You get that Bob Arum interview. You get that Keyshawn Davis interview or whatever. It's so it helps the content creator out. But this is the problem. And I'm going to drop these phone lines when I say this. If you ain't got no talent and your whole base is built upon getting other celebrities on your platform, when you can't get those celebrities on your platform anymore, you got to hold your own nuts. You got to build your brand. You got to build your brand at the same time. That's what Ness did. Ness was like, yeah, he built this brand. Blue Bloods built this brand. Showbiz built this brand. Ellie Sucker nigga Dutsack built this brand. Dante, Aki, all them dudes, they built their brand. Ring IQ, they built their brand. You have to be able to be self-sustainable. You have to be able to do that. And I've been doing business for a long time for myself. So, and one thing you know about business, you're gonna have your highs and your lows. It's gonna be some good seasons, it's gonna be some bad seasons. Some motherfuckers, they fall off when shit ain't going that good. You gotta know how to ride that wave. It's gonna be good up here, down right here. It's gonna go back. This how it works. You're gonna have your peaks and your valleys. It's always like that. You get what I'm saying? So you gotta know how this shit works. You gotta know the game. And Keyshawn is saying that he has a fight coming up. Well, let's go over here and look. And he says it's gonna be at 147. So let's go over here and look. I got it right here. Let me show y'all. This is what he said. Sorry about that. He said he got a fight coming up. So let's go to the rankings. All rankings. Keyshawn Davis said he got a fight coming up at 147. That's what he said. This belt is vacant. Ring Magazine belt is vacant. Nobody have it. Debo Devin Haney has a 5-star rating. Well, he done won 5 fights in a row. 33 wins, 15 knockouts. They got Brian Norman right behind him. Amantis Stanionis. We ain't seen him since the Boots fight. He don't have a belt. Devin Haney have a belt. Roland Romero has a belt. So Devin Haney and Roland Romero fighting each other in May. Hasn't been announced yet. Rohan Polanco. From what I'm hearing, this boy right here problems. I don't hear much about him at all. He was top rank if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but I think he was top rank. Shakram Giyasov. This is the guy who Roland Romero is supposed to fight. This is his mandatory. This dude here good. He's a good fighter. I don't see like 3 of his fights. Rolly don't want this guy. Understandably so. I get it. Raul Curiel. I don't think he have a belt. Jack Catterall. I don't think he have a belt. And Tiger Johnson, the guy who got jumped by Team Haney. The Haneys. Not Devin Haney and Bill Haney. Well, you know what? I heard Devin Haney swung on him when he left the stage. I don't know. Again, that's what I heard. I don't know how true that is. I wasn't there, but. And then Bill tried to pull him off, keep him from getting jumped from what I heard one time. It appeared that way when he grabbed him. But again, I don't know. I wasn't there, so. So I'm like, okay. The ring belt is vacant. Debo got the WBO belt. He took that from Brian Norman. Oh, yeah, Ryan got the WBC belt. My bad, I skipped Ryan Garcia. Ryan has the WBC belt. Who was Ryan supposed to be fighting? Ryan don't want no more. Ryan don't want no more Rolly. Understandably so. Rolly got that retarded strength. So Debo fighting Rolly. That's 2 belts missing off the table. Ryan Garcia have a belt. He got the WBC belt. He beat Mario Barrios. And who got the IBF belt? Is that who got the IBF belt? Is he talking about and who got the IBF belt? Is that boy that Eddie Hearn have? Who got the IBF belt? Is that Eddie Hearn? Is that an Eddie Hearn fighter? Let me see what it is. Let's go to the IBF. They got so many goddamn belts. I don't know who got what, bro. Like, to be honest with you. I don't know who the fuck got what. Let me look and see. Who got the IB? Let's see who got the IB. I'm trying to figure who got the IBL belt. Pull that up. Let me see. That's cruiserweight. Who got the IBL belt in the welterweight division? Let's look that up. Vacant. Oh, what do you mean vacant? It's vacant? Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, let me blow this down. I thought somebody had this belt. Hold on. I'm looking at the IBF. It's saying it's vacant. Hold on, it can't be. 147. No, we ain't talking. We talking about welterweight, fam. That belt. No, I thought somebody had this belt. Ratings are based on March 5th, 2026, based on results from not rated. The belt vacant? I thought somebody had this belt. Hey, what you say, Akila? Keela say Lewis Crocker. Lewis Crocker. I thought, they didn't have an updated day. Because I'm like, damn, somebody got this belt. I just ain't know who had it. Akila say Lewis Crocker. So that's an Eddie Hearn fighter. Okay, Lewis Crocker got the belt. So is Keyshawn fighting Lewis Crocker? He say he fighting a champion at 147. If it's not a major sanctioning body belt, there ain't no champion. I'm just saying me. If you fight a nigga for the Intercontinental belt, that's not a champion. That's some shit they tell a nigga to make a nigga feel good so they can justify getting them sanctioning fees. But if you don't have a major sanctioning body belt, and again, I don't give a fuck about the sanctioning bodies. I don't give a fuck about the IBF. I don't give a fuck about the WBO, WBA, WBA. I don't give a fuck about none of them, to be honest with you. However, if you say you're going to fight a champion at 147, well, you ain't fighting Debo Dev, him and Crayon Eaton Rolly Romero fighting each other. So them two belts off the table. Ryan Garcia just won the belt. He just beat Mario Barrios for the WBC belt. I know goddamn well Ryan Garcia ain't gonna fight you. And the IBL, they say Lewis Crocker got it. So again, I don't know, fam. Maybe it's Lewis Crocker. But I heard Lewis Crocker supposed to be fighting somebody else. I thought Lewis Crocker. Hold on, let me see something. Lewis Crocker supposed to be fighting what the boy name? What the boy name? What is it? Hold on. Yeah, this him right here. Hold on. Lewis Crocker supposed to be fighting someone. It be so much fake news out there. I don't know what the fuck be real, what be the Croc. They called him the Croc. He beat Paddy Donovan. Okay. He's from Ireland. Okay. Yeah, he got to be talking about Crocker, but I thought Crocker was supposed to be fighting, what the dude name? Matter of fact, let me look this up. I'm trying to see what the fuck this. I'm going to drop these phone lines. Hold on. Let's pull this up. All right, here we go. All right, it says right here. It says, this is according to Google. And y'all ain't gotta believe me, go Google it.
Don't everybody believe in Google? Go Google that shit.
It say Lewis Crocker, next fight, a mandatory IBF welterweight title defense against Australia's Liam Bottle. Okay. That fight has been postponed from April to May or June following a hand injury sustained by the Belfast fighter in training. The bout is set to take place in Australia after No Limit Boxing. Of course, No Limit Boxing has no relations to Master P. When I saw this, I thought this was Master P. I said, damn, I didn't know Master P had a promotional company in Australia. I thought this was Master P. No kin to Master P, No Limit Records, right? Or No Limit Studios, or No Limit Sports Agencies, right? Because No Limit had a sports agency too back in the day. I don't know if y'all remember that. Let's see. So after No Limit Boxing secured the promotional rights, moving the fight away from a postponed Windsor Park Belfast showdown. Okay, so guess what? Keyshawn Davis ain't fighting no champion. True. He ain't fighting no champion. It's impossible. He fighting a nigga. Matter of fact, we need to find out who got a secondary belt. Unless. Nah, they wouldn't do that though. Like, would he fight for the vacant ring belt? Nah, I don't think he ain't even got a title. So, you know what? I don't know, fam. I really don't know, bro. Again, I don't know. I don't know. Like, when he fight for the matter of fact, let me drop these phone lines, man. Y'all listen, man. Y'all call the show, fam. Y'all call the show.
You want to talk some shit? Call me. Start some shit, bitch.
Sup, fool? You gonna talk shit about me, homie? Where you from?
Hundreds of niggas is waiting for your motherfucking call, and they all talking shit about you right now.
Call the coach at 530-494-9636. We waiting on your bitch ass. I don't know. I'm like, he got to be fighting for if he fight for the vacant ring belt, like, who is he going to fight for the vacant ring belt? And, okay, that don't make no sense. Like, why would they want him to, why would he fight for the vacant ring belt? I'm just saying, like, that ain't, again, anything is possible with Turk out of Chick. I don't know. It is what it is, fam. Again, let me go back over here, look. Leon Pardo. He didn't sound like he was sure, though. Matter of fact, let's see what he say again. Keyshawn didn't sound like he was sure. So let's go back to X. I want to hear this again. He didn't really sound like he was sure. He said he'd have a date, but he could not have conformed. Hey, they got the guat. They got the guat and Debo Dev on the guat and Debo Dev on the ring together, huh?
Wait, you go down and wait, and you're like, you think other fighters should do the same. Tell me, what do you think about like rehydration clauses?
That's just stupid. I don't think that they should even exist. An example, if I go down to 60 and fight against Michaela Mir, which I'm thinking we're gonna do it because it's a great fight, and I know I can beat her, even though I'm be a little weight drained, but whatever. Mm-hmm. Go down to 160, right? Boom. I'm not gonna let her put a hydration clause on me because I know the science behind it. Yeah. How much is a gallon of water? You know how much weight that is? 8 pounds. 8 pounds. So you telling me I can drink a gallon of water and eat one or two meals? That's 10 pounds. Mm-hmm. You're not putting that's not healthy. That's not safe for me. I'm not gonna do that. If we fight up at a weight class, whatever I hydrate to, it is what it is. I fought Fran China at 175. I don't know what she came in the ring at. She was huge. Yeah. She was huge.
So at a press conference, Shadeja Green, the ring's #1 ranked super middleweight.
They talking about rehydration. Okay, but guess what? Your boy, Shakur Stevenson, who she's really close with, he want to hit a nigga with rehydration clause. What I'm hearing, he said he'll fight Devin Haney, but he want a rehydration clause and the catch weight. Not a catch. Did he want a catch weight or rehydration? He might have said a catch weight and a rehydration. I'm not sure. My thing about the rehydration clause is this. All of these fighters, you got a nigga walk around 5'9", 5'10", with shoes on. You be like, what? It give you what, an inch or 2 inches, something like that. But anyway, make it long so short. You got a dude walk around 5'9", 5'10", and his walk around weight is I don't know shit. I'm 170 pounds right now. So you got dudes, and these dudes are taller than me. You got dudes who walk, they fighting at 140, 147. But these niggas like 5'9", 5'10". So no fighter is really fighting at their weight unless you're a heavyweight. So my thing is, the way, if you're concerned about, yeah, man, I don't want to fight a dude that bigger than me, or they got rehydration clause, stuff like that. Okay, well, Tank Davis put a rehydration clause on the motherfucker. Catch weight rehydration clause. Floyd Mayweather has done it. Now, I know Floyd will say, oh, wait, well, Floyd ain't doing it. Canelo volunteered for that. Oh, yeah, nigga, whatever. Who benefited from it? Floyd. So he did it. When motherfuckers rehydrate, you know how you kill all that? These fighters who walking around at 180 and shrinking, they losing 40 pounds. This is why these fighters have long training camps. The reason why, now I'm gonna let y'all know this secret. Y'all probably didn't figure this out by now. The reason why these fighters have 3-month training camps, 12-week training camps, is because niggas they trying to get down to that little small ass weight. And then after the weigh-in, they're gonna rehydrate 20, 25 pounds. Because it's really harmful to try to strip yourself of all the body's nutrients and water and all that stuff there to try to make a weight out of smaller weight class. You know what to kill all that? Nigga, fight close to your walk around weight. That'll kill all of that. Fight close to your walk around weight. That's one. Two, you hear this argument, weight don't matter. Skills pay the bills. But some of those same fighters, they speak with a forked tongue. They double speak. Some of them same fighters are turn around like Shakur. Shakur Stevenson is a great fighter, phenomenal fighter. Shakur like what, 5'8", something like that? Phenomenal fighter. He'll fight certain fighters, but it got to be a catch weight and a rehydration clause. But you can't say that skills pay the bills, weight don't matter in one breath, but then on another breath, yeah, man, you know, that nigga too big, man, I'll fight him, but he got the, you mean, but he fighting at 147. If he can make the weight, I don't give a fuck what he rehydrate to. Just make that weight. Well, no, man, you don't understand, man. In boxing, it's something totally different. Okay, cool. Then stop calling the nigga out. You can't be calling people out. I'm just saying that's for any fighter. Don't call a fighter out. Because if you call a fighter out, then that's telling me, well, nigga, I'll call you out. I'll fight you in your own backyard, nigga. What's up? Then you want to come with stipulations, but you called me out, fam. If you as good as you say you is, don't come to me with no stipulations. Show your greatness on me. Perfect example. Terrence Crawford, retired fighter from Omaha, Nebraska. My guy. When Bud moved up to 154, he ain't hit Mark Jamal with no rehydration clause. When he jumped up 3-weight division in a 2-year span to fight Canelo, he didn't tell Canelo, you know what, Canelo? Now, he did say in the past, Canelo too big, they got weight class for a reason. But then, you know, Bill Haney put a bug in his ear. Shout out to Bill. Bill put that bug in his ear, motivated him. Great matchmaker. Bill Haney, he's a really good matchmaker. He didn't tell Canelo, you know what, you've been fighting up there for years. I'm saying once the decision was final, I know what he said in the past that contradicted himself. Those are the facts. That's established. But after the contradiction, and he thought about it, he said, I thought about it. Because Bill dropped this on him in 2022. Said, look, man, fuck Spence. You need to go out to Canelo. That's your fight. Bill was trying to get him to fight Canelo back in 2022. 4 years ago. He say, I thought about it. I looked at it. You know what? I walk around at 180 something any goddamn ways. I got a 75-inch arm reach. That's what he told me. He said, I got a 75-inch arm reach. He 5'9". Box rec ain't accurate, but it is what it is. He said, you know what? I can beat him. I can compete with him. I'm going to move up. Canelo can rehydrate to whatever he want to rehydrate to. I don't know what Canelo can. Canelo probably weighed, what he weighed that night? Probably 180, 185 that night. He didn't look no bigger than Bud, to be honest with you. You can't be walking around hanging with Bud, your big brother, this big brother, this big brother, that, but then you coming with stipulations. You doing shit that your big brother won't even do. Fictitious big brother. But you telling me how great you is. If you call out Godzilla, nigga, you got to fight Godzilla on his terms. You can't tell Godzilla, now, Godzilla, look here now. You can't be shooting that radiation breath you be shooting. That radiation you be shooting out your mouth, that radiation fire to be shooting out your mouth, that be destroying monsters. You can't be doing that now. And then guess what? You got a tail. You got to do that tail now. That tail, you can't use the tail. And you Godzilla now, you kind of big. You know what I mean? So you gonna have to come down a little lower, so you can't be, you know what I mean? So it can be a little bit more compatible. And Godzilla looking at you like, my nigga, you calling me out. If you want to fight me, my nigga, this what it come with. You ain't in no position to dictate a motherfucking thing. You calling me out, my nigga. So since you calling me out, this what it come with. If you don't want the smoke on the terms that everybody else get the smoke on, guess what? Keep my name out your mouth. True. I don't want to hear that about he too big. Nigga, you called him out. You knew he was big before you called him out. You know what he walk around in. You know what he rehydrate to. You knew all of that. I'm just saying. So, you know, I don't. You know, what to kill all that? Same day weigh in to kill all that. They say it's unhealthy. I said, well, shit, it worked pretty good for them niggas back in the day. Same day weigh in. That's why I say these fighters today ain't, like these dudes ain't, these fighters today are good for today's time. I say this time and time again. I say, fam, check this out. You can't, the reason why I don't compare any of these fighters in a modern day era, I don't care who it is, whether it's your favorite black fighter, my favorite black fighter, your favorite white fighter, Hispanic fighter, Asian fighter, I keep these niggas in this era. Do you want to know why? Because these dudes, when you tell me that they would have whooped this and that, and this guy can fight in any era. He probably could have fought in any era. Guess what? He would have wore some. He would have wore a few any era ass whoopings. He would have whooped such and such based on what? Well, genetics. Well, okay, let's stop right there. No, we're not gonna do that. These niggas don't have same day weigh-ins. They don't have same day weigh-ins. They don't fight 15 rounds. They ain't doing none of that. And they ain't fighting 5 and 6 times a year. They got it easy in today's time. In today's time, they got 3-4 month training camps. Man, by the time you got out of training camp, motherfucking Ray Leonard or Hearns or Hagler or Duran or Pernell Whitaker or Mike McCallum, they don't have about 2 fights since you've been in training camp. It take a nigga 3 months. It take me about 3-4 months to get ready for a nigga. You wouldn't have had the luxury of doing that in that era. and whatever physical advantages of sports science that you have in this era, you can't go take that back with you. Because if you go back in that time, the science and sports medicine that you use today did not exist in that era. So you don't get an opportunity to bring the modern day sports medicine and science with you back then. It didn't exist. So you're going to be on the same playing field as a Ray Robinson, as a Ray Leonard, as a Carlos Monzon. You're going to be on the same playing field. You can't get a chance to, I'm going to go back in time, dog, and I'm going to take all the weapons. I'm going to go back in time. Hold on. Carla, hold on. I'm going to go back in time, dog, and I'm going to take all of the weapons that I have from this era back then. No. You got to use what them niggas use. No. You can't do that, fam. You can't do that. It don't work that way, fam. You got it. No. You got it. No, this is what you got to do, fam. Fam, you got to, it's an even playing field. And just like if these fighters of back then come up today, they gonna have all the advantages that you have. You got all the advantages. You stay hurt. You hardly fight. And you in training camp for 3-4 months. And guess what? You're crying about your niggas dehydrated. You're crying about the day before weigh-ins. You want to hear the nigga rehydration clauses and talking about catch weights. Come on, no.
True.
Nope. No, sir. No, can't do. Carla, what's your name? You calling from?
Hey, what's going on, Coach? This is John calling from Brooklyn.
John from Brooklyn. Talk to me.
Hey, I was just listening to what you're saying. I love the channel and everything. I just started watching a few months ago, and I'm trying to figure out what everything you're saying. I'm really trying to figure out why these guys, like you said, are not fighting close to their walk around weight. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm still trying to figure that part out, man, because, say, for example, Richardson Hitchens, this guy looked crazy. And he's like 5'10", like you said. And he's 5'10", probably like, he's probably walking around like at least like 180, 170, something like that. So he's sucked up. And then now, like you just said, he's throwing up, he's looking bad. So I'm just not understanding, Coach. Can you elaborate further, man? Because
yes, sir.
I'm confused.
Yes, sir, brother. I can, John. I can tell you exactly what's going on. The reason why you have someone like a Richardson Hitchens that's 5'10", fighting at 140 pounds, he do that because he wants to have an advantage over the smaller fighters that he may be fighting in that weight class. So what these guys do is this here. This why I can't get these guys. I keep them in this era. And I never get too outrageous. So what it is like someone like a Marvin Hagler. Marvin Hagler was a career middleweight. He didn't fight less than middleweight. He didn't fight more than middleweight. He was a career middleweight. Marvin Hagler walk around. He kept his weight intact year round. He didn't blow. He was always in shape because he fought a lot of times, right? In between fights. I think Hagler had almost 70 fights. So, but these guys, they do that to have a tactical advantage. Like me, I'm 168 centimeters, 5'6", right? I'm a short nigga. So, but I'm 170 pounds. But, I'm 170 pounds, right? So, if I'm 170, this is my walk-around weight. I know goddamn well, like you said, Richardson Hitchens, he 5'10", which is way taller than me. And he walking around, I ain't no telling what he walk around at. If he 5'10", he probably walk around at 180-something. So, he's dropping 40, 45 pounds to fight at the 140 weight limit. And the reason why he doing that, John, is because he wants to have an advantage over the shorter, smaller fighters in his division. He gonna keep the arm reach on them. He gonna move around. You get what I'm saying? That's so he can have the advantage. If he was to fight closer to his walk around weight, he'll have a whole lot of ass whooping.
True.
Yep.
Got you. So let me ask you real quick, and this is the last clip, man. I appreciate it. Like a guy like, for example, Jerron Ennis. He's like around 5'10" or something like that. Yeah. What you think his walk around weight is, and what do you think what class you think he should be fighting at right now?
Oh, Jerron Ennis at his height, he about 5'10", he tall. He's about 5'10", 5'11". Boots probably should be fighting at super middleweight or light heavy.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Crazy. All right, man. Well, salute to the channel, man. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, salute, fam. Shout out to John, man. Brooklyn, stand up. Shout out to Brooklyn. Yeah. That's what it is. A lot of these, and again, it is what it is. Like again, as I said before, if a guy can make the way out, he can be like put it this way. Sebastian Fundora, They call him what they call him, the praying mantis. hey, what Jamel Charlo say? What that old tall Lincoln? He said, "Where that tall Lincoln motherfucker at?" Now him, he like 6'6", 6'5" and a half, 6'6". He fights at 154. But as I said before, but I don't see Sebastian Pandora complaining about the weight or whatever. I say this: I don't care how tall the motherfucker is. If he can make the weight, make the weight. If he can make the weight, so be it. So, but when he rehydrates, now I got to say this. I have to say this. Just because you're a taller guy or a bigger guy naturally fighting at a smaller weight doesn't guarantee victory. For the most part, matchmaking plays a really good part in it. It's something Devin Haney said, and Devin Haney's put him up, spilled the beans. When he fought Brian Norman Jr., I remember he was being interviewed. Him and Brian Norman was right there. And Brian Norman had the belt at the time. And Devin Haney, you know what Devin Haney told him? He said, Matchroom, he said, Top Rank did a really, really good job in matchmaking you. He said, I'm a champion. He said, yeah, but anybody can be a champion. That's what Devin Haney said. Including himself. Because you can't say anybody can be a champion. He said anybody can be a champion, you know, with good matchmaking in the days times. Yeah, man, anybody can be a champion. You could just fight, you know, he said that. So he kind of like was discrediting himself without him even realizing it. Because if you're going to use that argument, they say, well, the only reason you really got a belt is because Top Rank did good matchmaking with you. Then guess what? That same rule can apply to you. Your dad did great matchmaking with you. The same rule applies. And where am I going at with this? George Kambosos, they jumped on that. Vasil Lomachenko, they jumped on that. Brian Norman, they pretty much exposed him. And Devin Haney is right to a degree. That rule don't apply to everybody. But he's right, because every fighter journey is different. Some fighters, you could just matchmake very well and get them a belt. Rolly Romero. Listen, check this out. They talking about some Rolly Romero was a 3-division world champion. When he was ever a world champion at 135? Shannon Sharp said this. Rolly Romero, 3-division world champion. Okay, what belt he had at 135? I'll wait. We know what belt he had at 140. Tony Weiss gave him that. We saw what happened with Grandpa Ismael Barroso putting hands and foots on him. We saw that. The only belt I can say he really physically won was Ryan Garcia. And Ryan Garcia ain't no hell of a fighter his goddamn self. His fans say he is. YouTube channel say he is. But that shit, that's some bullshit. I ain't sold. This motherfucker, I mean, he good on TikTok and shit, but that was the only belt. But listen, but I respect Rolly. I like Rolly. You know what I mean? I used to hate on Rolly like a motherfucker. I don't know why I called him the crayon eater and all that stuff there, but it is what it is. I mean, especially the Olympics need love too, so it is what it is. So, but if you're going to use that argument to diminish Brian Norman Jr., you cannot remove yourself from that argument. You can't speak with both sides of the tongue. You can't say, oh man, it's easy to be a champion in the daytime because shit, look how Top Rank move you and all that stuff there. It's very easy. Anybody could be a champion. He right about that. Rolly Romero a champion. Hell, I'm a champion. I'm undisputed. I got 5 belts over there. I got the WBC belt. I ain't paying Mauricio shit. I got the IBL belt. I ain't paying them a goddamn thing. I got the WBA, the WBO. I don't buy the damn all these whole ass niggas on YouTube for the most part. Don't duck, no smoke, phone lines open. Y'all know how I get down. And I got the IBO belt. The couple of dudes had that belt. So anybody can become a champion. He right about that. But some people have to get it the hard way. Hagler had to get it the hard way. Pernell, Evander Holyfield, James Toney. Some dudes roles are easier than others. Some dudes, they can get belts like that because they're in the right position, like Devin Haney say. Easy to be a champion in today's time. And then some dudes, they don't get those opportunities. They have to get it the hard way. Dare to soar. I mean, I think he had a couple of shots, but he just was just not talented enough. Sometimes you catch a nigga and you hit him with the right punch. Everybody's path is different. There's not one rule fits all. Two things can be true at the same time. That's all I'm saying. Two things can't be true at the same time. So if you could diminish it for one guy, yeah, I could take your same argument, your words, and flip it and throw it on you. So as it relates to Keyshawn Davis, I really don't know, like, who is he fighting at 147? Because according to him, he said that he's fighting a champion. And I'm like, okay. So I had to go back and, hold on, what buddy say?
What? 100. So, man, I got to pay my daycare. They're going to kick my kid out. Here we go. All right.
Oh, let me repass this. These goddamn preachers, real. Hey, but what's going on with these black preachers online, dog? These black preachers are sticking up the congregation. Ain't no men out there. There's a bunch of women. Oh, these women dumb enough to pay them up again, nigga. They daycare money. That's on them. Oh, we gonna look at this shit. Caller, what's your name? You calling from?
Hey, what up, Coach? It's Coach Eddie from ATL.
Man, Coach Eddie, my brother. Talk to me.
My brother. What's going on? I'm glad you're talking about this, man. We were talking about this the other day about these champions, man. And it's kind of like, if you really look at it, the people who got the machine behind them and got the money behind them the ones who seem like they can collect the belts real quick.
Yeah.
If you know, like Canelo, he's there to collect them belts real quick. Even Devin Haney, I mean, he got a machine behind him. Bill Haney did a tremendous job with this guy. He's able to collect the belt very quickly. Y'all, every time you turn around, the boy got a new belt. It seems like sometimes the best fighters are not getting the opportunity to get these belts. There's always some roadblock. You know, either it ain't enough money, you ain't bringing nothing to the table. You know what I'm saying? In the same breath, they'll say, well, you ain't fought nobody. Then when you try to fight these guys, it ain't never enough. So which one is it? It seems like the guys, the real threats, they don't ever get them opportunities. Like Marvin Hagler, for instance.
Yeah.
They try to freeze him out.
Yeah, for years.
I'm going to tell you this right here. Terrence Crawford.
Yeah.
They did him for a long time. It took him a long time to get all the belts that he wanted. You know, I mean, he ran through 35 and 40, but the 147-pound belt, they froze him out for a long time when they were able to get them shots. I see the same thing with Boots playing out, because unless Eddie Hearn puts a lot of money behind that kid, he is not going to get no opportunity, no belts. Because more than likely, the champions, they got right here 154, they probably going to lose. They're like, look, I'm not going to sell my belt for no chump change. If you want me to get in fight in there with that boy from Philly, I'm going to need X amount of dollars. Otherwise, I'm going to go elsewhere. So unless Eddie Hearn put his money where his mouth is, Boots ain't going to get no belt, man. At 54, I'm telling you.
Well, this is the thing, right? I remember I had Brian Norman Sr. in here, and Boots, before Cameron Duncan passed away, that was his manager. And Cameron Duncan had 3 black fighters. He had more than that, but these are 3 that I can think of off the top of my head. He had Tim Bradley, he had Terrence Crawford, and he had Jerron Boots Ennis. And he had Brian Norman Jr. as well. So I remember I had Brian Norman Sr. on the show, and I spoke to Tim Bradley as well. That's my guy. I talked to him, and he told me the entire story about Cameron Duncan. And he told me about Crawford. So when Cameron Duncan had Crawford, Crawford was still, like, he said Crawford was giving him problems or some shit like that. And at the time that Tim Bradley gave Crawford his break, but Crawford was with an independent promotional company at the time. And he got with Cameron Duncan, and then Cameron Duncan got him with Top Rank, right? And they didn't really think much of him. You know, little slim, skinny, dark-skinned dude with dreads, wasn't that marketable, you know, didn't look all of that, look raggedy and po. So they were like, you know, it's just so we signed him, he good, but you know, they wasn't expecting nothing much out of him. So, and that interview I did with Tim Bradley got almost 300,000 views. He called the show. We did a whole long show on that, right? And he told me about that situation. He said, yeah, man, didn't nobody like that Top Rank were really checking for him like that, really. And then Crawford was on the shelf. And then what happened was Crawford was put in fights that he was supposed to lose, but he exceeded expectations. Bredis Prescott, he was supposed to lose that fight. He didn't lose. And he was put in several fights. When I interviewed Bud, he was telling me that. But Tim Bradley confirmed that. So by the time motherfucker realized, damn, this motherfucker here pretty good. He went to the UK, fought Mickey Burns. Not Ricky Burns. What to do with Ricky Burns? Fought him, and he beat Ricky Burns. Ricky Burns was the guy at that time. And then, then he beat, what the dude name? Cuba Gamboa, gold medalist. Then he just kept winning. So then his own promoter kept him from getting the fight he needed in order to take him to the next level, and that was Manny Pacquiao. His own promoter was working against him. So what I'm saying, I agree with you on that. Some fighters go through politics and some fighters don't. As relate to Boots, Cameron Duncan like to give you a lot of soft touches. That's what Tim Bradley told me. Crawford didn't tell me that, but who else told me that? We was talking. Brian Norman Sr. Because people was talking about with Brian Norman Jr. He ain't fought nobody. Look at his resume. Look at the early dudes he fought. Okay, but Boots' resume is damn near the same way. Because of Cameron Duncan. That's how Cameron Duncan moved. Cameron Duncan was, you know what I mean? So now that Boots is with Eddie Hearn, and Boots did have opportunities to fight other people, but for some reason he didn't want to fight him at that time or whatever. It is what it is. However, so now he's with Eddie Hearn. He should be able to get those fights. But like you said, Eddie Hearn gonna have to pay. He got to stop being cheap. He got to pay these dudes. He got to pay these dudes over market value in order to get them in the ring with Boots. Because they don't hype Boots up and say he the next, he Roy Jones 2.0. And so now if you telling everybody he Roy Jones 2.0 based on the competition that he fought up until this point, then now you gotta pay. See, you gotta pay these dudes. They finna fight Roy Jones 2.0 money. You can't be offering them $500,000, $600,000, and yeah, I want you to fight Boots. I'm giving you an opportunity. Motherfucker, like, nah, pay me my nigga. Cause if I fight with Turk Al-Sheikh, Turk Al-Sheikh gonna pay me if he come in. So that's the problem. Because the pay ain't matching the hype. So go ahead.
I agree. Everything you said is right. Like I say, the brother, he running through TV, got a lot of knockouts, and like I say, the landscape with the 154, they really, in my opinion, ain't really no strong champions out there. You know what I mean? So it's like they looking at this guy like, nah, man, I'm probably gonna lose anyway, but I got to get paid, to do this. But like you say, he don't want to. Eddie Hearn seems like he don't want to put the money behind the boy. You know what I'm saying? Making himself look bad, and he gonna have to pay. And like I said, Eddie Hearn, he talking about Conor Ben, but Conor Ben did what was best for him. He looked out for his pocketbook. Because at the end of the day, Eddie Hearn always seemed like, he'll get a guy that he can't get the big fights, man. For whatever reason, he want to be cheap. Right? But that's my call. Keyshawn Davis, they said he doing his thing. Richard Torres said the boy hitting like a heavyweight. You know what I mean? So I like Keyshawn, man. Keyshawn is a monster, man.
Who is
this
he?
This is a heavyweight. Richard Torres said he sparred Keyshawn Davis. He said the boy punching like a heavyweight. The boy hitting, man.
Yeah, we hear this shit all the time from fighters. We heard Tank knocking out heavyweights, but yeah, he want to hit a nigga with a rehydration clause and catch weight. So we been hearing all this stuff. These what showing us say these bullshit Superman stories. And again, I like Keyshawn. He's a good fighter. We hear stuff what people do all the time in sparring. But my thing, Coach Ed, is this here. I got to ask you a question. Debo Devin Haney and Roland Romero, WBA versus WBO champ, they're fighting each other in a unification match. Ryan Garcia just beat Mario Barrios, thankfully, for the WBC strap. So he ain't fighting no time soon. And Lewis Crocker, he's the IBF champion. He was going to fight what the dude named Puello. Well, he's going to fight somebody. I forgot. I just looked and see who he was going to fight. Yeah. He's going to fight somebody, but he got hurt. So if Keyshawn is moving up to 147, the ring belt is vacant. But who is he fighting? Could he say he gonna fight? He say he fighting for a title. He say he fighting the champion. I don't like who the fuck he gonna fight? What champion he gonna fight at 147?
I'm confused. Like I said, I'm confused, man. I'm confused just like you. I have no idea what this guy's gonna fight. But Debo dead and Rolly tied up. Crocker, He got other business. So, I mean, who they gonna fight? They gonna elevate somebody or something? I have no idea, man. You know, it could just be Keyshawn talking. He's been doing a lot of talking lately, so we'll see. I got one question for you, and I'm gonna let you go. Well, how you feel about Sebastian Fundora trying to put a rehydration clause on Xander Zayas to make that fight?
Both of them in the same weight division.
Yeah, but Sebastian Fundora said he ain't fighting unless he put a rehydration clause on him. Xander said Sebastian tried to put a...
What? When he said that?
Xander Zayas went on the interview and said they had made an offer to fight Sebastian Fundora. They came back and said, we'll fight you, but you got to have a rehydration clause.
Oh,
because
yeah.
Evidently, Xander's a really, yeah.
No. You know what? No, you're right. I remember that. No, you're right. Yeah, I remember the interview. I thought Fundora said it. But yeah, I remember that interview you're talking about. If it's true, how a motherfucker 6'6" gonna tell a dude that's 5 inches shorter than him, they fight at the same weight division, he need to come in, he need to have a rehydration clause. But you taller than him. You got the logo, you got a 95-inch arm reach. And you ain't told, did he tell Keith Thurman he needed a rehydration clause? No. Did he tell, what's my main man name? Erison Lubin, he needed a rehydration clause? No. Why are you telling Xander Zayas? You ain't told nobody, and all them dudes you were beating up, you ain't told nobody they needed a rehydration clause. But doggone, if this is true that that's duck language. That's duck language. How you gonna tell a nigga that's in the same weight division as you making the weight that he need to come in with it? Come on, that's see, and y'all, and this what I be saying, Coach Eddie. They be talking about some these do what these dudes in the day's time would have did to those fighters in the 80s and 90s. These niggas wouldn't have done shit. True.
Yeah. Hey man, that's my call, Coach.
All right, salute, fam. Yeah, these niggas wouldn't have done shit. Yeah, you know, you saw what he did to Poach Out Willie. Just imagine what he would have did to King Kong. Shout out to Keisha. Keisha, this what I be saying, Keisha. Keisha, you know how many people, fighters from different promotional companies call me, hit me up. They be like, man, Coach, you be saying some real shit, dog. Niggas ain't coming on the show, you know, some of them, but I get it, I understand. Again, I'm a, you know, I hold my own nuts, so I ain't, I don't need these motherfuckers. I'm good. Caller, what's your name? You calling from?
Coach Chris Legg from Phoenix.
Hey man, Chris, talk to me, baby.
What's happening, brother? Hey, what if Keyshawn's going to take on? What if he's going to fight B. Norman Jr. at 147? It's not a current champion, but he was a champion. Has no fights lined up.
You know what? I didn't even think about that.
Be a hell of a comeback fight for B. Norman too.
So you know what? So you thinking that he'll fight B. Norman and they put the ring belt on the line?
I don't know if it's the ring. I don't know if he's actually going to fight for the ring belt or not. I have a feeling he's just going to get these fights while everybody else is busy, because all the other 47-pound champs are busy. At least get in there, maybe beat B. Norman, get a name under 147-pound win, and go from there. And then whoever wins these next fights between all the champs, he gets to line up one of those.
Hey, but Chris, check this out, fam. So this is the thing, though, right? My thing is, I hear what you're saying, but I think B. Norman is still with Top Rank. I know his management team. He's with Fighters First Management. His dad don't have anything to do with it as it relates to who B chooses to fight. But I don't know, is that the fight you want to make for Brian Norman Jr. coming off a loss to Devin Haney?
Probably not for B. Norman, no.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I
mean, I don't see him ducking that smoke. I think B. Norman's about it, but I don't know that that's a good comeback fight for him, because if he loses again, which I think he'd lose again, that's going to be bad on him.
Because what Keyshawn Davis brings to the table, he brings everything to the table that Devin Haney can bring, but he got power. So stylistically, he fight totally different from Devin Haney. So yeah, I'm just saying me again. Now these guys are millionaires; they can do what they want to do. But if I'm doing the matchmaking and I'm Top Rank, I don't know if that's the fight I make. I'm not saying you might be right, But I don't know that's too. He need a tune up. You got dropped by Debo Devin Haney. So my guy, and I got a lot of love for Brian Norman Jr. That's my guy, man. But he got a your comeback fight ain't Keyshawn. You don't do that. I'm just saying me.
Smarter fight for B. Norman Jr. would be Stanionis. Challenge Stanionis at 47 and comeback fight. Both of them just lost their belts in the last fight. Let them get back at it. But I think if anybody, Keyshawn or trying to go after a former champ, it could be Stanionis too, but he's definitely not fighting for a belt right off the bat unless that Paro-Crocker fight falls apart.
Yeah. You might have a point. You know what? I'm gonna make a couple of phone calls and find out something, man. I'll see what I can find out.
All right, man. Well, that's it. That's all I got.
All right, man. Shout out to Chris, man. Phoenix, stand up. Shout out to Chris, man. My man. Hey, Akila. Hey, Akila, check this out. All I'm saying, sis, is this. Shout out to Keisha, man. Shout out to Akila. Shout out to Gold Rush. We give a shout out to the people in the chat. Shout out to Willie Sumlin. Shout out to Just So Sick. Yeah, all I'm saying, fam, is, again, I ain't trying to fight. I ain't trying to fight, no Keyshawn Davis coming off a loss to Devin Haney. Cause I'm like, Styles, man, I'm like, dude, you couldn't beat Dev, so. And I'm not using no triangle theory because neither one of these guys are, Brian Norman haven't fought. Keyshawn haven't fought Brian Norman, nor has he fought Devin Haney. But I'm like, that's just too much of a dangerous fight. We got to put him in there. We got to build you back up, get your confidence back up, fam, because your last fight, your footwork wasn't there. You was throwing short punches. You was doing this, punching in the air, wouldn't even getting the full extensions on your hand. You was, you started clinching sometimes. You was clinching Devin Haney. I went back and looked at the fight. It was sometimes that Devin Haney was clinching him, but then it was sometimes that Brian Norman was clinching Devin Haney as well. So it was just a lot going on in that. I'm like, nah, you gotta, if I know top rank, because if Brian Norman, I think he's in Texas training with Ronnie Shields, which is good. I like Ronnie Shields. I don't know what Ronnie can bring out of him. But however, if I'm top ranked, you can't roll the dice with Keyshawn Davis. You can't. No, we ain't gonna do that. No, we ain't fucking with him right now. We'll probably fight him later on. But your next fight back can't be Keyshawn. It gotta be, I talked to my homeboy Hobo Sam, I think Hobo Sam will, I think Hobo Sam will be sufficient right now. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
CB from Cali.
What did you say, EV?
No, CB.
Oh, Stevie, talk to me. Killer Cali, talk to me.
Yeah, man. Shout out True Media Podcast, man. But I got a few things to kind of push back on, bro. All right, so the first thing is you had an argument earlier. You said Devin Haney. You can use the same argument that you used for Devin Haney on Brian Norman, or maybe the other way around, about and basically anybody could get a championship belt. But see, my thing is this: like when he says that, I get where Devin is coming from, because he is reigning, defending, and undisputed. So that's probably what he meant when he said that. Like Brian Norman, he had a belt, but did he defend it? And did he defend it against somebody that was on a pound-for-pound list? And on top of that, while having the belt, he chasing people out of the division. Like, he chased Tio out the division. You see, Tio didn't want that smoke. You said, what's his name? Cambosos. You said he jumped on Cambosos, but really he was trying to fight Tio. Tio ended up losing to Cambosos, so it's like, shit, he got the belt, so he just in the way. I feel like Devin Haney is like, and that kind of falls into my other point too, is like Bill Haney being the greatest matchmaker, or a great matchmaker, when I don't really think that's the case. It's just really Devin Haney don't turn down no phase. If you think about it, who has he said no to because the reasons why everybody else saying no? The people that's ducking. He ain't really saying no to nobody. You know what I'm saying? He's fighting everybody. Think about when he was at 135 with all the belts. He gave Shakur, one of the best guys, they say, a chance to take his undisputed, to defend against Shakur. He defended against Lomachenko, who was on the pound-for-pound list. So it's like, he's not fighting nobody and shit like that. Like, when you think about Brian Norman, and respect to Brian Norman, look at his resume. I mean, like, you look who he fought to get the belt. You know what I'm saying? Like, respect to Brian Norman again, but it's not the same thing. And I think that's what Devin Haney was trying to say. And kind of to my other point with Bill Haney being a matchmaker, it's just like, you know, he's not really matchmaking. I think Bill Haney is a great promoter in his son. He's good at, you know, letting people know what's up with his son when it comes to fighting. You don't really got to be a matchmaker because he'll fight anybody. And then you can see, we've seen that happen through 135, 140, and 147. So I don't know. I really don't like when people say Bill Haney is a great matchmaker and he picked out people for his son, because at the end of the day, you know, he wanted to fight the best, and that's what he did. It's not his fault that the people in the division, 35, Tank, Shakur, all of them turning down contracts, Tio running up out of the division, you know. So I don't know. It is what it is, man. But that's all I wanted to say, man. I kind of have to, stand up in there being a Haney fan and being one of the few guys who told, everybody that he was going to whoop Norman in the beginning, and everybody said Norman would go do this, do that, and da-da-da-da-da. But, yeah, anyway, shout out to True Media Podcast, man. I love the show. I'm a truck driver. I just be driving around and shit. Listening to your podcast. Shit, hella funny, bro.
Who you drive for? What company?
It's standard. It's just like this little local company right here in the city.
I drove.
I don't drive for
when I was driving trucks, I used to drive for night trans. I used to drive trucks too. So I used to drive for night transportation. I drove for a company out of Texas, Stevenson Transportation out of Texas.
Yeah.
I drove for CRST, Swift. Man, I like the big companies. Yeah, I used to do OTR all over the country. And then I started driving. Yeah. I started driving in regionally, like in the southeastern region. But yeah, man, shout out to my truck drivers, man. I appreciate you, fam. Thank you for calling, brother.
Yeah, for sure,
Salute,
man.
Fam. Right. Yeah, I got a rebuttal to that. Stevie from Cali, he's right about that. But two things can't be right at the same time, and I'm gonna tell you why. He's right about that. Devin Haney did call out Teofimo Lopez. Teofimo Lopez openly ducked him. Those are the facts. Devin Haney did fight George Kambosos. However, George Kambosos didn't want to fight him. He wanted to fight Lomachenko. The only reason Devin Haney got that fight with George Kambosos, Lomachenko said he didn't want to fight, not because he was scared of doggone George Kambosos, but they had the war going on in Ukraine at the time. He said he didn't want to fight him because of the war. But my point is this. I'm not taking anything away from Devin Haney. What I'm saying is, critics of Devin Haney, that's the argument. My thing is, if you're telling Brian Norman in a slight way, in a slightful way, and this is slight, like a backhanded compliment, oh man, anybody could be a champion. You was over there with top rank. You know what I mean? You had a well orchestrated career. Okay, well, that same argument can be applied to you, because now I hear what you're saying. Teofimo did duck Devin Haney. That's it. I totally agree with that. Gervonta Davis didn't want to fight Devin Haney. Those are the facts. I can't argue with you on that. You 100%. We did shows on that. 1,000% correct on that. Shakur Stevenson had an opportunity to fight Devin Haney. He didn't want to take the short money. He said, no, I got to have this much and that much. And Devin Haney gave him an opportunity and stuff like that. And he said that he didn't want to, he didn't want to fight him. I think he went and fought. He became the mandatory to the WBC or something of that sort. So yeah, he's right about all of that. Now, if you want to say that Tank ducked him, T.O. ducked him, and Shakur ducked him, you can say that if you want to. If that's what you want to say. But on the flip side of that, when people talk about Devin Haney, they talk about, well, damn, you fighting all these little shout niggas, and he told Lomachenko. Lomachenko, the argument with that was Lomachenko was old, Lomachenko was small, because Devin Haney told him, he said, you too little. A little nigga ain't beating Devin Haney. He let that be known. You too short, dog. You too little. You too small. Because he gonna keep the jab. You know what I mean? George Kambosos is a C-class fighter. I like George Kambosos. Nice guy. I talked to him. He's a nice guy, but he ain't no elite fighter, dog. I'm just saying, he caught Teofimo. Now he beat Teofimo Lopez. A pork chop get lucky and get confused for a steak, a T-bone steak every now and then. You get what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, I never looked at George Kambosos as this top guy. Now, is that Devin Haney's fault? No. Devin Haney tried to fight Lomachenko. These are the facts. They made a French fries belt for Lomachenko, and Lomachenko dropped the WBC, the real title, and Devin Haney got elevated to the WBC lightweight champion. And then they called Devin Haney the email champ. That wasn't his fault. He was trying to fight Loma. I think he was Loma's mandatory. But at the same time, it is what it is. He beat the guys he beat was guys that Bill and Bill and whoever on their team, Mickey Bell, whoever they already know, yeah, they're gonna beat them. Because they too small. Now the one fight I thought was gonna beat him was Brian Norman. I ain't think Ryan was gonna beat him. I was like, man, Devin Haney gonna run through. He gonna because I don't think highly of Ryan Garcia skill set. So I was surprised that Ryan beat him. You get what I'm saying? But however, and then Ryan got popped with PEDs and shit, but Devin Haney had to work on his defense. Because even though Ryan Garcia is a drug cheat, he got popped cheating. That is true. But however, that had nothing to do with Devin Haney keeping his hands up. That had nothing to do with keeping his head off the line. His game plan was wrong. And the reason why his game plan was wrong, that was my fault. So all you Devin Haney fans, if you want to get mad at somebody for Devin Haney getting beat by Ryan Garcia, blame me. That was my fault. Because I can play a phone call where I called Bill Haney live on this show, and I told Bill, I said, hey, this is exactly what I said. I said, hey, Bill. He said, yo, what's up? I said, look here, man, but they talking about you, dog. He said, oh, yeah, what they said? He said, pass me through. I passed him through. I said, look, dog, they talking about you. They saying, dog, that you cannot go in there with that tap, grab, tap, grab. You can't go in there with that tap, that pity pat stuff that he normally do and grab. You can't do that. You got to step to this dude, and you got to get him out of there. So by me putting the jumper cables on the Haneys, that allowed them to go in there, and Devin Haney fought total opposite of the way he normally fight. And that's what happened. So that was my fault. So if you're a Devin Haney fan, you want to get mad, Carla, hold on. If you're a Devin Haney fan, you want to get mad at me. I'm to blame. But I had no idea. Goddammit, that, he wasn't going to have his hands up. I didn't know he was going to be getting hit like that with the left hook. I didn't know that. Shit, had I known that, I would have just told him, look here, man, just go back to do what you've been doing. But the man, Ryan Garcia, Carla, hold on 1 second. But the man, Ryan Garcia, was talking about Bill and Devin Haney, talking about their religion. He would talk about their God, Allah. One thing about Coach Malachi, I am a pro when it comes to putting jumper cables on niggas. I've been doing this shit since I was 7 years old. I'm good. I promise you. Listen to me long enough, I have everything. You can be King Kong. But that's okay. So, but damn, what was I saying? I had no idea. That, because I didn't really think much of Ryan Garcia's skills like that. Yeah, I had no idea that he was gonna come in there. That didn't mean that, don't have no defense. He ain't show no defensive prowess. So what I realized, I said, you know what? Devin just gonna have to just fight his style. His style remind me more of Money Mayweather. Devin Haney reminds me more. I'm not saying he's as good, because he's not, but I'm saying his stylistically, he reminds me so much of Money Mayweather. And he's the closest thing to Money Mayweather I've seen in this era, because he fights just like him stylistically, to be honest. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Are you talking to me?
Yes, sir. We on the show. Yes, sir. Talk to me. All right, he hung the phone up. All right, caller, keep hanging the phone up. All right, damn. All right, caller, what's your name? You calling from?
This is James C. Kelly.
James,
how you doing, sir?
We doing good, brother. We on the show. Talk to me.
Oh my gosh, I'm glad you're doing it. And let me tell you something. To all the people, are you online yet?
We live right now. There's a lot of people listening to you right now.
Good. Everybody listen. I can't talk long. I came in late. Let me tell y'all something real quick. True Media, Coach Malachi, stick with him. And I like all Pat. I got two familiar podcasts. This man the real deal. So that's why I called you, man, to say I love you. Appreciate you, your love for me and my wife. Thank you, man. Thank you.
Man, Mr. Kelly, man, I appreciate you, bro, man. You in my prayers, you and your family, man, and Look, man, you
It's
gotta.
tough, buddy.
You remember we spoke
It's
about?
tough.
You know what we spoke about. I ain't gonna say much, but
Oh yeah, it's tough, man. I finally took a ride out in town. How about that?
yeah.
Because the other day before that, when my wife passed February 9th,
Yes, sir.
let me tell you something, man. I ran to that hospital and was screaming, Valerie, come back. Man, she was already gone. We took her there, going to the doctor. They supposed to be the best. Oh my gosh, man. Anyway, at least you know that, brother. You know that, Dan. I appreciate you more than you realize.
Yeah, I appreciate you too,
guess
man.
what? And guess what? When you have crabs in the bag on barrel, get rid of them. So that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. I'm getting rid of that negative mess. Huh?
Yes, sir.
Nobody talked to us like me and you talk. And I appreciate you, man. You're one of the few that I never met but can talk to you, man. Hey, look, did you cut your hair? I saw whatever, little slide.
No,
I ain't cut it.
No, I ain't cut. No, it's still here. I gotta get a haircut tomorrow. You know.
Well, you had a low cut earlier, right?
No, I ain't got no haircut. Everything's
yes,
still
you
there.
did. I saw it. You don't have the afro like you got. It don't matter. It's all good. I'll pull it up for you later on. But let me tell you something, man. Thank you. And those who are listening, True Media, Mr. Malachi is no joke. Whether you like me or not, call me Dr. James C. Kelly Sr.
Yes, sir. James C. Kelly. Yes, sir.
Yeah, baby.
North Cackalack. North Cackalack.
Yeah, Kakalaki. Hey, look. Now, look. Let me know something. Because I'm going to ask you, because I've been retired forever. Can I come down and just chill out for a couple of days?
Yeah, man. Look, man. You come here, man. We gonna hang out, man. We.
I believe it.
I'll give you a tour of the city, man. You gonna be in good hands, bro. I can promise you that.
Oh, I believe it, and I need it. I really need it. Cause see, what people don't know.
I give my address. You can pull up to the crib. I give my address. You can pull up to the crib. Yeah.
I'll get it, or I'll get to the airport. Yo, I'm gonna take a limo. That way it won't bother you. You understand?
Man, you ain't no bother. You ain't no bother, man. I mean, let me tell you something. I look at people who subscribe to this channel. I look at y'all as family. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I believe it.
Irregardless of what your race, color, or creed is, because we all human beings. And I tell people, and I tell you like I tell everybody else, I say, fam, the reason why I say you didn't choose your parents. You didn't have a choice in how you was going to be delivered and brought into this planet.
Right.
No, neither did I. You get what I'm saying?
Neither did I.
So I told the best thing you can do, man, for your beautiful wife, man, is just keep living, bro. Keep living.
I know, man.
Keep living and just keep going.
And that's what I need from you. Thank you, man. Because it's hard.
Yes, sir, I know.
It's hard. And my wife loved you. She loved Blue Blood, BFTB, all of them. Now, you may not like them. I'm just sharing what connection I had because Blue Blood was the first one I saw a podcast for.
No, I fuck with Blue. No, me and Blue cool. Me and Blue cool, man. I like Blue.
I know that.
Cool, yeah.
I know you. That's what I'm saying. I know you cool with Blue Blood, brother, because I've heard you speak about them.
Yeah.
You get my drift?
Yes, sir.
Look, you're blessed. I'm going to tell everybody, listen to me. Coach Malachi, the real deal. You better watch out for him and watch how you treat him because he's going to touch the world and he's going to impact the world. And I say that live on stage, Dr. James C. Kelly Sr., which I'd rather you just call me Jimmy. Just call me James. I ain't about that. I kept on doing it because my wife wanted me to do it. See?
Yes, sir.
See? And she got to see her husband graduate with a PhD, man.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you something, I'm going to tell you something. If she don't make it to heaven, I'm through. Now, I love you, man. Thank you. I'm going to let you go. You got other customers and stuff.
All right. Shout out to James T. Kelly, man. Salute to you, brother. R.I.P. to your wife, man. Miss Valerie. Yeah, man. See, let me tell y'all something, bro. Let me tell y'all something, right? See, you got people in this chat and all over. They're dealing with real life situations. Do you get what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell anybody who know me, who met me, I'm the same way. The way you see me on behind this camera, because a lot of y'all, I don't even know what y'all look like. But the way I am behind this camera, I'm the same way in person. I don't bite my tongue. I'm very respectful. I'm a very charming guy. You get what I'm saying? People really, really fuck with me. Now I ain't talking about this YouTube shit. I'm talking about people. You got people in the chat going through real life situations. It's somebody in the chat right now going through something. I don't know. You might have lost a loved one or something. I got people, man, I talk to, man, and they talk to me, bro. That's why I say, like, I ain't got no haters. I really don't have any. Nigga, I'm 52. I'm too old to be having haters. Like, ain't nobody worried about me. I damn sure ain't worried about no goddamn body. Do I have an army? Yes. Do I have like real, like flesh and blood brothers and other people who not blood brothers who, when it's time to get out? Yes, that's there. But I'm like, man, I don't bring that kind of energy. I ain't no tough guy. I ain't no bitch neither though. I got people who love me just like you got people who love you. So my thing is, let's just be grown, keep it professional. You get what I'm saying? And that's that. But you got people going through real life situations. Man, I have people who listen to this show. I have people who, I ain't gonna say no names, but I have people, man, who going through cancer, listen to this show that call me. I have people who have aneurysms that going through stuff, listen to this show, men, women, different races, color, creeds, nationalities. And guess what? I treat everybody the same. And the 3 hours that we have this show, it could be just a relief. People like, man, you be caller, hold on 1 second. People be like, oh man, you be talking shit, laughing, kiki and all that stuff there. I said, man, when you come here, man, I want everybody to have a good time. When you come here, I just want you to be able to get that shit, whatever you got going on in your life, off your mind for those 3 hours. If I can get whatever stress or strain you going through in your life off your mind for those 3 hours, I did my job. Ain't no other boxing YouTube channel doing that. They don't talk to you the way I talk to you. Did you get what I'm saying? We run the fuck niggas off the block. They whole ass niggas, we gonna run them off the block. I'm being honest with you. I'm a straight shooter, man, but I respect everybody, bro. Men, women, it don't matter to me, man. I treat everybody how I want to be treated. Simple as that.
I'm gonna take care of business for you. Okay. James Kelly.
James, talk to me, fam.
I was trying to tell you, must have me on mute or something.
No,
So
I hung up. I'm out. My fault. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Fans, listen to this. You want some true media? You call Coach Malachi, and I back him. I back him a lot. How about y'all? It's all good. He's a good man, good coach. He tries, man. He works hard. I'm with Coach Malachi to the end. I'm just letting y'all know that. Love y'all. Preach.
All right, salute, fam. I'll be talking to James Kelly. And guess what? I ain't call him, pay him, and tell him, look, I want you to call. I'm gonna pay you this much amount of money. I want you to call the show, and I want you to let everybody who listening, let them know. Well, I'm a good. I ain't tell him to do none of that. I ain't know he was gonna call me, not Mr. Kelly. Shout out to Mr. Kelly, man. All right, shout out to Mr. Kelly, man. Man, I don't even want to talk about it, man, because the man. Do you guys remember about a couple of weeks ago? Maybe it was a month ago. I'm not sure. I said, look, man, we got a brother, man. I said, I'm going to put him in our prayers. I want y'all to put him in his prayers, man. His wife passed away. I told y'all, I said, but Mr. James C. Kelly. Wife passed away, man. Y'all just put him in your prayers. If you was on this show and remember me saying that, this the brother I was talking about from North Carolina. I ain't never met the brother. I don't even know what he looked like. I plan on going to North Carolina and meeting him. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, we know. We got to do a meet and greet, dog. We really got to do a meet and greet. I've been on this show 5 years. We ain't had one meet and greet. We got to do that. I do like the fact that 7-8. I do like the fact that 7-8 do that. 7-8 do that for his for people who rock with him. LDBC, they do that. They do that for their crew and stuff like that. But I definitely want to do something for y'all. I feel like I need to do that for y'all. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna put something together because y'all mean more important to me than any fighter. Did you get what I'm saying? Like, cause what we built something organically. We ain't got no paid subscribers. I didn't have to. I don't go on other people's platforms to try to siphon off of bigger platforms, subscribers, so they can come over here. I don't do none of that. Everything I've done now, I have been on other people's platforms before, they invited me on their platforms, and I have dudes want me to come on their platforms now. I'm talking about the bigger channels that be on every day. But I don't go over there because, it's like, man, it conflicts on my schedule. Because I have a business. I'm living good. as you guys can see. I ain't hurting for nothing, but I want more because I got kids. I got to make sure that I got my daughter 13. I got my last two, and I got to make sure that man, look here, man. Before I leave this planet, this my only goal, dog. My only goal in life from this point forward is to make as much money as I can, teach my kids how to get money in the digital age, and then when I die, leave everything with them. True. This why I like to talk about other things than boxing. Because people going through real life situations. So when you come here, again, guess what? I know, somebody knows I haven't laughed not one time. Hey, I say, man, I ain't laughed not one time. You get what I'm saying? But I ain't smoked no weed though. I ain't smoked no weed today, dog. I ain't smoked no weed today. Not one scintilla, 1 ounce, nothing. I ain't smoked a goddamn thing. So, anyways. Details, you say, don't fall in love with it, coach. And I say that with love. Don't fall in love with what? What you talking about? He said, I know Tampa got some good ones. What you talking about, fam? Oh, he say, throw us a party. Get them strippers. Oh, we ain't doing that. We ain't getting I ain't doing no strippers. I ain't doing that shit, man. We ain't doing that, fam. He talking about getting strippers. We gonna have women there, too. Shout out to Green Eyes P. Hey, okay. Dropping that quarter of a bam, dub on your boy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy. Now we can have some drinks, and we're gonna have drink security and some good green. I'm gonna have some good green now. I'm gonna have the bong. If you smoke, I'm gonna tell you right now. If you smoke, this is what I've been doing around the city. Shout out to Green Eyes P. She said you never walk alone. James Kelly from Liverpool. Facts. You don't know. Nah, man, it's 8 billion. It's 8 billion people on the planet.
Down from the bar, there's a platform stage. People pimping, sharp as razor blades.
Hey, what it say, D? D say, he say, I was talking about the money. He say, don't fall in love with it. Oh, no, I ain't fall in love with no money. No, I don't fall in love with no money. I mean, no. The thing is no matter where you go, you need it. And the reason why is because, you're going to need resources. Money is whatever currency it may be, whether it's the yen or the I don't know what all the currencies are, or the pesos or the won or whatever, different currencies. It's all used. It's all a tool to trade. That's all it is. How much that costs? So many pounds or so many dollars or so many yen or whatever. Okay, I'm gonna trade these pieces of paper that's backed by whatever you say is backed by, the confidence of the people or whatever. And in return, in exchange, I'm gonna give you this empty gallon of water. This is my alkaline water. I drink alkaline water every day. Well, you're not supposed to drink it every day, but I drank some, and then I drank spring water and stuff like that. Whatever, right? So I look at it for what it's for. I'm not Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather love money. So that's probably who you probably talking about, bro. Like this dude right here, D. See, this dude right here worship money.
But when you are put in a certain position, he should be he's able to, like me. When I was in a position, I can pick and choose who I want to, because I earned that right.
Yeah, he worship money. I don't worship this shit. Like I ain't around here throwing money around, flash and this and that. Like I got good credit. I got good. My credit was good. Then I told y'all how I fucked it up, and I got all that money back in about 10 years ago. The bank. Remember I told y'all the story about the bank. Because you gotta understand. I was taught that white folks. See the white folks real racist and talking about the ones in power, and they ain't gonna give they ain't gonna give us no loan because we black and this and that. I really believe that shit for like. I believe that shit for like 42 years. 42 years, I believe that. Well, I can't say 42 because I was young. When I was 1, 2, and 3, and 4, I ain't, you know what I mean? But from the time that I knew better, I would probably say from age 15 all the way up to like 2016, I believe that. Until one day, I had a brother by the name of Jay. And Jay, me and Jay went to real estate school. I was trying to get my real estate license at the time. And I had to go in front of the state board and all that. I didn't pass the test and stuff like that. But Jay ended up passing the test, and he became a financial broker. Then he worked at a bank, and then he worked at a. So anyway, make a long story short, my homeboy Jay called me. I've been knowing him since like 88, 87, 88. He say, man, look, this is the bank. Back in 10 years ago, they had banks giving out. This one, Barack Obama was still president. They had banks giving out. Banks have programs. The average consumer don't know this. I don't mean to get off boxing, but I got to share this with y'all for those who haven't been here. The average consumer don't know this, but lending institutions have programs where you can go in there and get a loan for some money. But you have to know what the requirements are. I was never told that. I was always taught that. Hey, Just So Sick say, he said, Coach, what haven't you done? Hold on, Just So Sick. I'm gonna tell you about that. Just So Sick for the in the other chat. So check this out. So he said, look, man, all you got to do, clean your credit up. You got your business. I had a marketing company called, well, I ain't gonna tell you the name because I don't want nobody to try to steal it because it's not active anymore. He said, I got this bank, man, Regions Bank, and it was Synovus Bank. Regions and Synovus Bank, and Bank of America. Around that time, banks was giving out loans, business loans, but the business loans, and I told you guys, because I went to commercial finance school in Albany, New York, CCTG. When you go get a loan from the bank or any lending institution, you got the 3 C's. They call it the 3-legged stool. If you've been in commercial finance school in the finance world, this what I'm finna say to you, this language is very familiar. Credit, cash flow, and collateral. In order to get a loan from any bank, business loan or whatever, you better have one of the 3 C's. Credit, cash flow, collateral. If you ain't got no credit, your business ain't cash flowing. When they want to look at your P&L sheet, so let me see the last 4 months of your bank deposits or whatever, last 6 months of your bank deposits, or you ain't got no collateral, guess what? Them crackers ain't finna give you no money. True. That's what they don't tell you. They'll tell you, man, they don't want to give me no money, dog, because I'm black, but they getting them white folks some money. That's a goddamn lie. I'm not saying that don't happen, but what I'm trying to tell you is, what I'm telling you. Little short black nigga from West Tampa, Florida, convicted felon, was able to go into the bank. I had a 753 Equifax score. I had a 780 TransUnion score, and I had a 760 something Equifax score. No, TransUnion, Equifax. What's the other one? What it is? TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. I had my business, and you got to have your business set up correctly, because some businesses are lendable. It's certain businesses that are high risk businesses that the banks ain't gonna lend to. If you in adult entertainment, you ain't got to worry about getting no loan from the bank. That's over with. If you gambling or whatever, they ain't gonna do that. You got to know. I think Steph. She works at a bank. She'll tell you. They know. She'll tell you. They got stuff that's lendable and businesses that are not lendable. You have to know those things. I know what I'm talking about. I ain't telling you what I heard. I'm telling you what I know. from experience. That's what age gets you. Because when you get old enough, you experience some things in life. So I can tell my story, this is what happened. I had a business. It was in a safe industry. I didn't have no collateral. I didn't have no cash flow. But I had damn good credit. So you know what the bank told me? They say, look, you know what? This is what we're going to do. We got this program for people just like you. We're going to give you a line of credit of $50,000. Cash credit, LOC. And then we're going to give you another, it was either a $10,000 card or a 50. I want to say it probably was 10 or 50. I don't remember the exact number, but it was like $10,000 business credit card under my business name. EIN, all that there, right? This to catch though. It was a interest only loan, meaning we're going to give you $50,000 cash. Whatever you use, you just got to pay us back whatever you use, the interest. You ain't going to never be able to, you get what I'm saying? So every year they'll check your credit. If your credit score dip, get too low or whatever the case may be, they'll call a loan. What that mean? Let's say you spent $40,000. Year come up, they look at the loan. Oh man, they look at your, oh man, your credit bad, dog. We want our $50,000 back. If you don't pay that $50,000 back, you default on the loan. And you're going to get, that's what happened to me. I was trying all kind of shit, fuck the money up. Wasn't tricking, wasn't doing none of that. It's just that, you know, I didn't have a mentor, so when you learning trying to figure shit out on your own, some ideas that you think are good ideas are not good ideas. And I fucked up. I fucked up the money. Now, I don't rebuild my credit, brought it all the way back. I paid off all my creditors eventually. But the loan, the business loan, was backed by my personal credit. It wasn't backed by collateral because I didn't have any. It wasn't backed by cash flow because my business wasn't cash flowing. So guess what it was backed by? My personal credit. Meaning, I just can't fuck the money up on my business and then walk away and well, I ain't got to worry about that. I'm good. My personal credit still going to be good. They're like, no, you got to have some skin in the game. We going to give you this loan, but your personal credit going to be tied to this. Meaning, if your business were ever to default on this loan, we coming at you we coming at your personal finances. True. Hey, what my sister at? Steph. What's Steph at? Steph, you know a lot more than me about it, but am I lying? Do you not have to know what the requirements are before you go in the bank? Because you would think that, oh man, they ain't gave it to me because I'm black. That ain't true. How they gave it to me? I'm black. They gave me over 100 grand, dog. 50, I had over $50,000 in business credit, cash credit. I had over $50,000 in credit cards under my business. I think I had about 10 to 15 Novas on top of the 50 that they gave me, cash. And then you can draw on the 50. Meaning, okay, you got a $50,000 line of credit you can use. You can draw 5 or 10 or whatever, or you can take it all and put it in your account right now. I thought it was a setup. I said, oh, we're trying to set a nigga up. I thought the feds was behind me. Oh man, this nigga baby dog set me up, man. He cracking behind a nigga dog. Oh, I know it, dog. I know it. They don't give niggas like me no money, man. Bro, listen, man. I was so wrong, and that woke me up. I said, damn. He said, man, look, man, you gotta start get that pseudo shit out your head, dog. It was a lot of shit we were taught we was wrong. We was wrong. A lot of that shit was just pseudo. And yeah, I think after that, just everything opened up for me mentally. My eyes really got open. And I really went to studying how lending institutions work and how money really work. I went to studying that shit. And I was wrong all these years. I was taught wrong. I ain't know no better. I was taught wrong. What'd you say, Miss Stell? She said guarantor. Yeah, I was the guarantor. Yep. Shout out to A-Sound T, man. Let's give a shout out to everybody, man. I don't want to hold y'all up too long. Let's give everybody a round of applause. Yeah, man, like for real, man. People don't care about that shit, dog. They don't care about that shit, dog. What? Find out what their requirements are, and you make sure before you step to any lending institution, you meet those requirements. That's all you got to do. If you don't know what the requirements are, you just gonna go in there in the blind, not knowing. And there are certain programs that banks offer to people like you and me, but they don't announce it publicly. They not running commercials. Yeah. Everybody that's in LA County, come on down to bank such and such. We getting out money like hotcakes. They don't do that. They don't advertise that. Hey, still, they don't. She work at the bank. They don't advertise that. So you be thinking shit. You be having all this shit in your head, not really thinking you right, but you really don't know. And guess what? These motherfuckers who y'all worship and that stuff online and stuff, guess what? They not gonna tell you that. Bill Haney ain't gonna tell you this. Turkey Island Sheik ain't gonna tell you this. Bob Bam, Dana White, all them, they not gonna tell you this. Shut up and be a fan. They're not gonna tell you this. That's why I tell y'all, it ain't about that. It ain't about what you think it's about. It's about the haves and the have-nots. It's about those who know and those who don't know. And those who know ain't trying to let your ass know nothing. Because even if they told you, you probably wouldn't believe it anyways because you're not even mentally ready to handle the information that they gonna give to you. Honestly, I shouldn't even be telling y'all this right now, to be honest with you. But because some motherfucker gonna listen to this, oh, man, that nigga don't know what he's talking about, man, fuck that nigga, this and that, this and that. I'm like, all right, whatever. But explain to me. Nah, you know what? Nah, I ain't gonna say it. I ain't gonna say it. I ain't gonna say it. Yeah, I got it. Come on, man. I'm just saying, B. I'm just saying. Don't listen, bro. Y'all listen, man. You ain't gonna get this game. You ain't gonna get this game from no other channel because them niggas don't know it, and if they knew it, they ain't gonna tell you. A lot of motherfuckers you think living good, they ain't got what you think they got. The credit making them look like they got what they got. The credit, a lot of motherfuckers living off credit. They making you on the listen. They may be making a lot of money, but guess what? They have to make a lot of money because they have a lot of expenses. They live a high class lifestyle. My bill's about 10 grand a month, give or take. So I know my bill's that, and I'm not a celebrity, I'm not a star, I ain't nobody. I'm just a little nigga from West Tampa, Florida. I can just imagine someone like a Floyd Mayweather. They say he grossed over $1 billion, and he got like 400 million, according to what they said. Well, he had 400 million, but he said he ain't got it no more. But that's okay. So just imagine what his bills is. His bills might be $500,000 a year. Not a year, $500,000 a month. His bills might be, my bills are like $1 million a month. You pay $12 million a year in bills? Yeah, because I got property over here in Miami. I got property in LA. I have property in Vegas. I got skyscrapers in Dubai. I have a skyscraper in Manhattan. You know what I mean? I'm working on another skyscraper in Atlanta. You know what I mean? Oh, you got all that there. So guess what? All that shit costs money. Floyd told you, other people's money. OPM. You don't have to always use your money. Use other people's money. Now, the use of other people's money is a trick to that. He may be getting other people's money, but his money is backed by credit, cash flow, credit, cash flow, or collateral, or maybe all three. That's an expensive lifestyle. And if you don't pay that money back, guess what they coming for? They're coming to destroy your credit. They're coming after your cash flow. And if they can't get the cash flow, guess what? You have assets called collateral. Yeah, baby boy, we gonna give you this 50 mil loan. But check it out though. Put that mansion up that you have in LA, you got to put that mansion up as collateral. And it's paid for. You paid it off, you paid off. That's so if you default on this money, we finna take that cash, we finna take that see, y'all don't know that. Niggas be stunting, but you don't know what come with the stunt. Because social media is an illusion. Shit ain't real. You know, I know what the fuck I be talking about. I don't give a fuck what a nigga say. I know what I be talking about. It is what it is.
Nigga, I'm talking face on the brochure. Boy. Lights out. You hear me? Clap on, clap off. Okay. You got me fucked up, cuz.
It is what it is.
Make it last. Make it last forever. Don't let I love you.
Let's give a shout out to the people, man. Shout out to Dr. Tony, man, and Dr. Allie.
Hey, okay.
Mr. James T. Keller, man. Much love to you, brother, and your lovely wife who had transitioned, Valerie. We gonna represent for you, Valerie. We gonna represent for you. Shout out to Steve B from Cali.
Hey, okay.
Chris Laird from Phoenix. Salute to you, my brother.
Hey, okay.
Shout out to Big John from Brooklyn, man.
Hey, okay.
Coach Eddie from the ATL.
Hey, okay.
Shout out to Yarmis, man, Brooklyn.
Hey, okay.
Corey from Miami.
Hey, okay.
Hollow Davis.
Hey, okay.
Shout out to Lance.
Hey, okay.
You know, just so sick.
Hey, okay.
I'm gonna tell y'all something else that's really gonna help y'all. Put yourself in a position to where you can sustain yourself. If you don't put yourself in a position where you can sustain yourself, people, it's I'm trying to word this right. Put yourself in a position where you really don't need a motherfucker. I mean, none of us are really independent. We all depend on something, some way, form, or fashion. But I guess what I'm trying to say is put yourself in a position to where a motherfucker don't have that power over you like that. They can control you because you're depending on them and you really need them in order to live the type of lifestyle that you want to live. Because someone like a Floyd, like okay, let's put it this way. If you around a narcissist and you working for a narcissist, motherfuckers who are narcissists, they always want to have you up under them, up under their thumb. Yeah, nigga, I'm giving you money, nigga. I'm taking care of you. Money I'm giving you. I mean, I'm not saying working for the job. Ain't nothing wrong working on the job. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying, like, if you got somebody, because you got to do what you got to do. But I'm saying, like, just put yourself in a position to where a motherfucker can't be throwing shit in your face or trying to control you because you fear that if they take this away from me, it's going to threaten my livelihood. I told y'all, I'm on the highway. There's no traffic. I talk the way I talk because in this boxing shit, it's not a fighter, a promoter, a manager, boxing mom, boxing dad that I depend on to feed me. Whether I get an interview from Bill Haney, Tim Bradley, that's my guys, both of them my guys, Steve Kim, those are my guys, Bud, that's my guy, whoever, or not, I still have to be able to maintain myself. That's what a man's supposed to do. I still got to be able to provide for my family. Do you get what I'm saying? Don't fall for the illusion. Social media ain't real. It's an illusion. Remember that. Shout out to Dr. Mario.
Hey, okay.
Shout out to Aquila.
Hey, okay.
Shout out to Jamie from New York. Shout out to Keisha. Dr. Tony in his biatch. Shout out to Tavar, man. Detroit, baby. Mr. Tomato Can. G5 from the Bronx. Detail the Truth. Chris Legg in this bitch. Gold Rush, what's happening? Who else we got in the building, man? We have the lovely Miss Steph Jackson. Sha Cool Hands. Who else we got in the building? Daniel Agnew. WMS. Who else we got in the building, man? We got Mr. Tomato Can. Shout out to my main man, Schoolo. One day, I got to get into gaming. I just don't have the time. I got to get into gaming, because you told me, you say that Schoolo told me gaming is worse. He said they be threatening you in gaming. They telling you that it's worse. He says it's way worse than boxing. They don't do it anymore in boxing. To me, they don't anyway. Like, we don't block so many body counts. And it's a lot of body counts too. You know what I mean? But man, just stay focused on the prize, man. Stay focused on the prize. Don't get discouraged, man. And just understand, man, when you get older, you're going to get better. When you get older, you get better. When you get older, you get wiser. Some people success find them early. Some people success find them late. Understand that. It's not the norm to be multi-millionaire rich early. It normally, in the real world, it don't happen that way. It really don't work that way. Of course, there are anomalies and exceptions and exceptions to the rules, but normally in life, you gotta try to live and figure this shit out. You're gonna make some mistakes. You're gonna get married. You're gonna get divorced. You're gonna have kids. Life. You're gonna deal with real life situations. And as time go on, you're gonna learn some things, and you got to figure out how to navigate through all of these landmines in life. When you get old, this is why when a man or a woman get older, and they become successful after their 40s, it's because they have experienced enough things in life to the point to where, okay, they don't make the mistakes. They know what to do, what not to do. They understand that, you know what, I got to be patient. I got to work through this. I got to work through the pain. I got to work through the suffering. I got to stay laser focused. They understand that. And then, like in this community that I live in, it's a lot of motherfuckers retired, this and that. They got nice homes, families. It's quite a few motherfuckers around this bitch rich. They got like millionaires. I ain't saying they got, 50 cent money and nothing like that, but I'm just saying they got like a couple $1 million and stuff like that. I don't have that. But I'm just saying, some of these motherfuckers around here do. But they made the right moves. A lot of them are married. A lot of them are families, kids in college and stuff like that. 401k plans, retirement, stuff like that. Like, man, once you really understand what life is really all about and how this shit works, you learn how to move smart and move differently. So if you young out there, you in your 20s or 30s or whatever the case may be, and you ain't hit your mark yet, don't get frustrated. Don't worry about it. It's the natural order. You haven't hit your mark yet because it's not your time yet. Your time coming. It's like I'm gonna say this before we get ready to close out. The bamboo tree, right? I was one of my mentors who I know personally. I haven't seen him in years. Les Brown, the brother out of Miami. Les Brown. Him and his brother was adopted. He was born in an abandoned house in Liberty City, and the lady who found him and his brother adopted him. And he took on her last name. I was talking to Les Brown one day in Tampa. I was like 23 when I was talking to him in Miami. He told me, and he tell his story everywhere. It's in his book. He talked about the bamboo tree. He said, don't you know that the bamboo tree, he was married to Gladys Knight and before and everything. He said, don't you know that the bamboo, he said, you ever seen a bamboo? You know what a bamboo tree is, right? I said, yeah. He said, don't you know that when you grow in a forest, do you know how long it take to grow a bamboo forest? I say, no. Nah. He say 5 years. I say 5 years? I say, yeah, 5 years. He say, the bamboo tree, when you plant the seed, you have to water it every day, whether it rain or whatever the case may be. And just imagine you out there, and this is for you guys who listening. I want you to put yourself in this situation. Just imagine you growing up, let's say H-Town T, you growing a bamboo tree. The bamboo tree represents your goals, where you want to be at in your life financially, how successful you want to be. It's going to take time to get there. So it starts out with an idea, and you plant the idea, the seed, in the ground. You cover it up, Make sure it's in fertile soil, because if it's in miry clay, ground that can't grow anything, it's not going to grow. You make sure you put it in fertile soil, your mind, your ideas, right? Or you write it down or whatever. And then you nurture it, you water it, you tend to it, you give it attention. 5 years. Motherfucker walking by, man, H-Town T, you still working on that bullshit, dog? Niggas laughing at you. Keying and shit. Man, look at H-Town T. Look at that nigga still out there with that bullshit, dog. Damn, why you watering that ground for? Ain't nothing growing. I don't see that growing. Man, that man done went crazy, dog. Everybody balling around you. This nigga going to the club. He got females. Females ain't thinking about you. They ain't talking to you, none of that. You still out there watering that. You still out there watering that ground, though. Guess what? The 5th year, guess what happened? The seed break root. The plant break root from the seed, and you finally see a breakage come through on the ground. See a bunch of them. Oh shit, these little small plant, these little bamboo, buddy. You know what I mean? You see it, right? It break the ground. It take 5 years. Les Brown told me, and he tell his story. Bro, he first told me this story in 1997, dog, in Miami. I think we was at damn, I forgot where we was at, because he was giving a speech at that time, right? A lot of people was there. But I was talking to him, right? Once that bamboo seed breaks ground, 90 days from the time it break ground, that motherfucker bamboo tree gonna be, I forgot what he said. I forgot how tall it's gonna be. Y'all gotta look it up. But I think he said like 90 feet or not 90 feet, but it's gonna be high. A bamboo forest. 5 years, but he said, man, in 90 days, you're going to have a whole motherfucking forest. Them same motherfuckers, God damn, H-Town T, what the fuck? Nigga, where all this shit came from, dog? Yeah, remember y'all were laughing at me? Yeah, this what I was working on. Oh, shit, my nigga. You get what I'm saying? So listen. If you ain't where you want to be at right now, it ain't your time right now. But just keep watering that seed. You're going to get there, I promise you. True. Trust the process. Let's give a shout out. Shout out to the one, Mr. Ham. Hey, okay. Shout out to Gold Rush. Hey, okay. Shout out to Mika. Hey, okay. Hello, Davis. Hey, okay. Miami, Corn from Miami, man. Dade County, stand up. Hey, okay. Lance Meyer. Hey, okay. Dr. Mario. Hey, okay. Dr. Paul Evans. Hey, okay. Schoolo X-Man. Hey, okay. Shout out to Dr. Tony and Dr. Alley. Hey, okay. Yarmus from Brooklyn. Hey. Let's see. Shout out to Miss Steph Jackson if you're nasty. Hey, okay. We got Tila, North Omaha, stand up. Hey, okay. Detail the truth. Hey, okay. Who else we got in the building, man? The lovely Akila, man. Hey, okay. Hey, man, I love Akila, man. Akila and Steph. These some two real mofos right here. I met both of these women. These women are real. These two women right here, I'm trying to tell you, boy. Hey, okay. Let's see. Shout out to Tavon. What's that? Tavon? Hey, okay. Okay. Shout out to, we got Shaku Hands. Hey, okay. Shaku Hands, baby. You dig? Hey, okay. Let's see. We got who else we got, man? We got Schoolo, Dr. Mario. Shout out to Mr. Bori. Hey, okay. I'm gonna say this in the wrap up. You know what all the most valuable treasures on the planet Earth is? Now, everything I tell y'all, don't look at me as though I'm a smart guy. I'm really not. It's just a lot of stuff that I learned in life and that I learned to be true based on my life experiences. A lot of stuff that I was taught that I didn't listen to at the time because I was young, ignorant, and foolish. I'm not young, ignorant, and foolish anymore. I learned from a lot of my mistakes. So everything I'm telling you is just based on a lot of stuff I was taught. It's two things I can say. One, the only thing I regret in life, I didn't listen. I'm listening now. I got it now. I didn't listen. But I'm gonna tell y'all this. The most valuable treasures on the planet Earth. Do you know where they're at? The graveyard. It's a lot of people that are not here right now who were very talented, died, had great ideas, but they never lived long enough to fulfill their potential. So no matter how great things you may see that's now or whatever that's in right now, there's a lot more greater things that we probably could have seen a lot sooner, or a lot more people. A lot of people, man, they talented. They just don't take that leap. They don't jump. You know what, man? I hold on. You know, God put this on my spirit. I'm not a religious person. I'm telling you, I'm not, right? But I have to show you this. Because this here on my spirit. I just put this on my spirit. This sums it up. Hold on. This here on my spirit. I want y'all to look this video up. Whether you agree with this guy or not, and I don't agree with everything this brother say, but that's neither here nor there. Steve Harvey. And then guess what? I'm wrapping the show up. It's over. I want y'all to listen to this. It's short.
Man, I'm out of here, bro. Let's go. Man, I'm out of here, bro. Let's go.